she.
Well, hello
and welcome back to Tabletop Fables at episode 8 of Dogs of M.E.R.C.Y. I'm DM Cody, and starting with Lady Clarimond, we're going to introduce ourselves.
Hello everyone, I am playing as Clary Brenador, a human trickery cleric who follows in the path of the Traveller and used to be essentially was born into a noble family but hasn't really been in the city since she was like 8.
Well, howdy everybody. My name is Matthew, and I'm playing Smoke, a nature cleric tabaxi, if you don't mind. And I'm just looking. Oh, hello, probably over there. It's this hair. It's got my senses all over the place. I'm sure I'll finish in a minute. I'm looking to find myself a fine steed, looking to get myself some milk, and yeehaw, let's have a great adventure, everybody.
He's looking very specific.
Nailed it.
Milk.
Yes.
Milk yourself a fine steed, if you will.
That's gross. Grammar, phrase. Am I a fine steed?
Why are you shouting about your grandma?
He's milking it.
Grandma!
Sorry, this has gone
It's
so
like
many different
helping your
directions.
Uncle Jack off the horse.
And now we're going to have a break.
Next time on Dragon Ball. No, alright. G'day there, I'm Cooper. I'm playing Sarissa Corvus, a new character. A Eldritch Knight Tiefling, who has a affinity for things. Getting what she wants.
That too.
But does she get what she needs?
Sometimes. Oh, definitely.
Daddy's approval.
Exclusively when she doesn't get
Call you daddy.
That's straight up burn damage even to the tiefling there, I think.
Boy, cut through resistance.
Anyway, I'm Blake. I'm playing Raz, Air Genasi Rogue, who is coming to grips with the fact that there's a new party member who just seems to like bossing him around a bunch.
No one else has ever done that before.
Oh, wait.
Yeah, that one. No, you're fine.
Clary's not taking into that shit.
I don't need to come to grips with you. You're fine. This one, rather.
Speaking of new characters, bossing everyone around.
Yeah.
No, that's just my natural personality, unfortunately.
I love it.
I am playing Professor Belvedere Montsbank. Education? Nope. Enchantment.
An educational wizard, you're not wrong.
Well, it's a professor.
Education.
This is his first time adventuring, which is why he's blown most of his spells on the really weak cultist at the end of last game.
Whoops.
So, assuming he lives, it'll be a good lesson for him. But he's mainly adventuring in order to gain power and gold and artifacts because he is very aware that hell is coming. And being a professor, professors don't live through hell arriving. Adventurers sometimes do.
Sometimes.
It's not often. But
He hasn't seen a single party member die. Right, Raz?
yes, accurate. You have not seen a single party member die.
Alright, so for some background on what happened last week, the important thing is, everyone here is level 4, or thereabouts.
But I feel like a level 10.
It's intended for level 1. I forgot to scale it, but I did such a good job of making the guys seem terrifying. They all blew their spells, and now they're going to have some trouble.
Speak for themselves.
Speak for yourself.
Let me just ignore the fact
Not
that
all of the spells. I'm just a reason waste. But I wasted my duplicity, so please show me.
You wasted the whole thing.
The party found their way to the Bathhouse, where it was the home of the Dungeon of the Dead 3, and they managed to find their way down below. So far uneventful, but last week we ended up walking into a altar where someone was being tortured, and there were 2 very heavily armed figures standing there.
Oh, heavily armored.
They turned to look at you as you entered, trying to be quiet, but failing miserably because you kept shouting and carrying on. Mm-hmm. Everyone roll initiative.
Shove.
There we go.
No.
Oh, perfect.
Ah, that's not as good.
Nice!
Right.
This is
Anyone
exactly
over
what I
20?
deserved.
Anybody over 20
Yeah.
for initiative?
Anybody over 20?
Okay.
Nobody over 20.
Anybody over 20?
Nope.
15 to 20.
19.
19?
I got 15 over here.
Anyone above 15?
No.
Alright, so Smug's at 15.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, 10 to 15.
12.
12. No one above that?
The other 2 got 1.
Well, so 3.
Alright.
5.
I'm going last.
Very nice.
That's okay. The healer going last is sometimes a good thing.
Yeah, that's very true.
Oftentimes, one would say, a good thing.
Even though I'm more of the backup healer, but we'll see how we go.
Okay, so you've entered this room, they've all turned to look at you. They haven't raised their weapons to attack yet. We have initiative, but up to Montbank whether he's going to act on it or try to defuse the situation or do something else.
What is the light level like in here?
There are 2 torches on the walls behind a small altar where there is a man chained in manacles who's being tortured.
It's generally considered dim light.
Dim light in the area you are, which is flooded, but forward where the altar is, it's considered normal light.
Tactical advantage for us. How close am I to them?
You would be
Cody, where's that map?
about 35 feet away.
Alright. I don't know if this is going to end in combat, so I step forward 5 feet.
Okay.
Now there's 2 of them. One was heavy armor.
The other one was in chain.
I'll point to the one in heavy armor, and I'll cast True Strike and ready my quarterstaff.
Yep. Is that a wisdom save?
No,
No.
It gives him advantage on his next attack.
he's the most
Until the end of his next roll. Until the end of his next turn.
Pretty worthless.
Well, I don't know if we're getting to a fight.
Is it a bonus action, actually?
No, it's an action.
God.
As opposed to like Shadow.
It is one of my favourite spells, but yet it is objectively the worst spell.
So the man in heavy armour sees you emerge and steps forward from around the altar. He's quite tall, probably closing on 7 foot with his heavy armour.
What an old man.
And you see movement stirring behind him coming from another corridor, and you think they're probably not alone. Which brings us to Smoke.
Well, now. Oh, wait, I can also speak in this voice too.
You can.
Cool. I'm going to point at the other one and cast Hold Person.
Yep.
So the male on the one.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
What's the save?
13. Wisdom.
13 wisdom save.
Yep.
You see the eyes flare and cloud slightly as you've seen before, and you just see them flash black. And you can feel the spell just hasn't taken effect.
Oh, I have hurt feelings.
That works.
Are you doing anything else with your action? Moving? Bonus action?
I'm just going to just sulk a little bit.
Roll for performance. That's one excellent sulking.
What good soul can you
That's
get?
charisma check, isn't it? You wearing the hat.
Is the charisma check for the hat just on persuasion?
Yes.
Yeah, so 17.
You're sulking and everyone can tell.
So do the people, the person that I
Yes,
just
flat
cast Hold Person at feel sorry for it? And everyone doesn't.
They are cold-hearted.
Raz.
Cool.
Neat. How high up is the roof?
The roof here.
Yeah.
There was actually something about that.
Oh, my
One second, I
word.
can tell you.
No worries. Oops.
Broke the fourth wall.
No. it doesn't stick in shape anyway.
I
It's
think
fine.
technically that's the first wall, then that's the second over there, then we have a third.
Rooms have 9 foot high ceilings, often braced with wooden beams.
Filled with cutlasses.
About 30 per room, it says.
Jeez. Alright. I'm going to levitate myself into them if that's alright.
Yep.
Yeah, and just use
So
my...
the ceilings are 9 foot high, so you'd be able to go up about 4 foot above your height before hitting the.
Sure, easy. Yep. I'll just get above the rafters and use my bonus action to hide up there.
Yep.
Nice. Oh, you can have a. Oh wait, no, you've got advantage on stealth, don't you?
He does.
To Montbank.
Yes, Montbank does. Despite that, I rolled a 23 to hide.
Nice.
And I will just...
Yep.
And I'll spend the rest of my movement to just sort of creep along the rafters.
Yeah, there's a series of cross beams coming across here, a few of them quite rotted. You sort of climb up and pull yourself along them, careful not to pull any of the rotting wood.
Yep.
And you're pretty sure that you've been unseen and you've moved in an unusual direction, they're not expecting you to be where you are.
Cool. Brilliant.
You see the person that you tried to hold person on draw a sword that's got black flame on it. It's quite familiar to you.
Yes, it does.
And at the same time, you see 2 more looking with the same armour step out from a corridor just next to the altar, drawing their weapons, black flame sprouting, readied.
Suddenly glad I got myself in the rafters.
So ahead of you see this one heavily armoured man, 3 chain mail armoured enemies carrying swords flaming black, which brings us to Sarissa.
Excellent. So where am I in relation to the room?
You'd just be entering as well.
Just entering?
So you'd be about 35 feet away from the altar. There's some stairs on the way up, otherwise it's flooded with a few pillars throughout the room.
Yep. Alright, no worries. I am going to just draw my rapier. And the first guy with the flaming sword, the guy that the whole person didn't work on, I'm assuming, I'm just going to raise my hands. A blue ball of fire, bleeding black shadow smoke is just going to erupt in it, and she's going to throw it at at that guy for the firebolt. So that's going to be a 16 to hit.
You see them raise the arm and a shimmering shield appears and it deflects it.
Well, that is interesting. So, is there room inside the room to get further away from everyone?
You could skirt around the back of the room and maybe take half cover down the next corridor.
Yep. And are there people coming from that direction?
Not that you can see, but it curves around into darkness.
All right. I'll make my way towards the. Actually, I'll just go 15 feet in that direction. I won't go the entire way.
Yep. So you sort of cross most of the room.
Yep.
At which point you're sort of weaving between some fairly narrow pillars. Clary.
Alright. Well, I've seen some people start to make attack, and there's 4 of them, right?
Yes.
I'm gonna pull that little trick up my sleeve that I haven't used yet. And immediately you see, because you've probably seen that there's definitely been like a glimpse of like silver in her like crown braid, and suddenly this tiny little arrow shoots out. And I don't believe, and this is going to be the arrow of yonder that I got last session. So it's gonna hit the most heavily armored one for 1d6 piercing damage, and that'll be 4 damage.
Does it hit? Is it plus whiz to hit?
No, it doesn't say that. It just says that arrow flies through the target, ignoring AC to do 1d6 damage.
Yeah, so first one takes.
First one is automatic, so it takes 4 damage.
Cool.
And then please roll 15. Fuck no, that's a 4, so no. It just flies through and then back into my hand.
Yep. Wow. You see this heavy plate armor, just a pinprick appears in it as it flies through, and out the back you see him sort of jar a bit as it reappears in your hair.
Alright, and just kind of cheeky wink. And I'm gonna go back, see if I can just see if I can get a bit of cover behind one of those pillars.
Yep. Yep, you can get probably +2 to AC for ranged attacks.
Cool, brilliant.
I haven't seen all the dudes having swords.
Back to Professor Montlake.
So I focus my intellect on the hat I'm wearing, its fanciness, the runes on it. And
How cold it is.
How cool it is. And one of the runes, which sort of represents the symbol of fire, glows slightly, and I gain temporarily the knowledge of casting firebolts, which I fire at the guy I have True Strike on.
Yep.
That hits. I am going to assume, because it's like... I rolled 17 on the dice, and I...
17 plus lots.
17 plus at least 5.
Yep, no hit.
And I then do 13 damage.
13.
Ooh, fancy.
So yeah, 13.
That's a very fancy hat.
So you moved forward or sideways?
I'm guessing sideways.
Yes,
I don't have the map in my mind right now.
I'm just happy with that. So
I'm looking at it and it's hard to tell.
I sort of sit there with my quarter stuff up, like that's going to somehow help me.
It is a stick. It gets in the way.
Yep.
That's it.
Smoke.
Damn. What Smoke is going to do is he's going to move back about 50. No, wait. I got climbing speed, so I'm going to climb up the nearest wall.
Yep.
And just as high as I can go.
How tall are you?
How tall? Oh, that's a good question.
5 foot.
I think it was like in the high 5 foot.
So about 6 foot. So you've got about 3 foot between your head and the ceiling.
Cool, that'll do. And from there, I'm just going to lean out and aim at the one that I cast Whole Person at, and said, "Hail the guiding bolt!" And then I go zap, and then yep, have a go.
Thermal component. Zap.
No one casts silence on me. Cool. Oh shit!
I cast silence on Smoke.
Wish I was a bard so I could inspire myself, but I'm not, so that's an 8. I'm hoping that hits.
That does not hit.
Ah, shit.
And even
How many
if you were,
spells
you
have you
can't.
used up?
I haven't actually used any of the first levels.
Oh, good.
I used a couple of seconds, but anyway. And a bonus action cry.
Crying is a free action.
That's confirmed by Jeremy.
Performance again.
I have confirmed.
I think you're just doing well at this point.
Yeah.
Raz.
So they are unable to see me.
Yes, you believe so.
I believe so. So it's a 23 of hiding is probably. I don't think
Pretty
they
sneaky.
can. Yeah, they probably didn't roll higher than 23 to see me. In any case, I'm going to grab out my hand crossbow and have a cheeky shot at the bloke in mail armor.
Yep.
Do I have advantage against that bloke?
Are you talking about the head honcho or the other one that tried to hold person?
That one, whole person one.
Yep.
I remember that he had mail armor. Do I have advantage on this shot? On account of being hidden. I hope so.
Yes.
Cool. Ah. Ooh, okay. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. There it is. 15 to hit.
So you shoot this bolt and it glances off the armor and just shoots into the corner.
Dicks.
I don't think it was their fault.
Bonus action, hide again and move to a different position.
Yeah.
I'm sniping these boys from up here. That is a dirty 20.
Ooh.
Yep.
And I'll just, move to a different position in the rafters.
Cool.
Whilst I reload.
So where is everyone in the room at the moment? You've got Sarissa moving across. Clary
I'm
also at the same
hiding,
thing.
moving across, hiding behind a pillar.
Smoke's climbed up into the rafters
Yes.
with Raz, and Professor Monbank is
Weird is a strong
I
word.
stepped out forward
I
and
moved into
five
the
feet
part
forward.
where you actually shot
Yikes.
from. Probably.
I imagine I shot
Tactics, you say?
You see these three chainmail figures step towards you with the glowing swords,
Oh, this will be fun.
and they all surround you and swing.
Oh, wizard man.
What's your AC?
15.
15.
Oh no.
That's higher than most. That's higher than me.
Is that written age on it?
Alright, so they both swing, all three swing, two of them manage to hit you, doing 12 points of slashing damage.
Ooh.
And 4 points of fire damage.
Oh dear.
And you see the man in heavy armor rumble a bit and shout, "Attack again!" And they all swing again.
Is that hello or is that goodbye?
You might want to do these damage in order.
First one is 8 plus 1 fire.
Down.
Oh, well then. That's unfortunate. There it goes.
The second one rears back to strike at you, realises you're down, and turns. And we'll go for the closest target, which will be either Clary or Sarissa. Sarissa?
Come at me.
Yeah, sure.
First.
Well, that was 18, 23 to hit.
23 to hit. Yeah, that'll hit.
9 points of slashing damage and 2 points of fire damage.
She will 1 point of fire damage. Resistant to fire. So how much of slashing?
So 9 plus 1.
9 plus 1 total? So 9 is 10.
Which brings it to your turn. So you've got one of them that's come forward to strike you. The other two are over Montbank's now unconscious form, and the commander back behind the altar still.
Excellent. On that note, I'm going to step forward and strike with my rapier.
Yep.
To start off with. And whilst I'm doing that, I'll use my object interaction to pull my dagger out, and then I'll make a bonus action offhand attack after that. Nat 1 on the rapier strike.
You
It misses.
confirm that I can't do
True
True
north
North
on
on other people?
Correct.
Correct? Okay.
The dagger, however, will be a dirty 20 to hit.
That will hit.
And attack. That didn't go to plan. Come on.
So far, nothing's
4 points of piercing damage.
4 points. Yep. Yeah, so you come through with the rapier and miss and use the opportunity to come in with the dagger, stabbing up under a bit of armour that's not quite covering. Slight bit of crimson blood and starts flowing.
She chuckles at it.
See it splash across the armour. That's the end of your turn.
That is the end of my turn, yes.
Clary, you've just seen one come and engage Sarissa. Got a good hit in. You see Sarissa stab and get a bit of foothold with a dagger. Ahead you see Professor Montbank unconscious on the ground with 2 over him.
Yeah.
And the iron console behind them.
I'm gonna go ahead and get the guy I hit earlier, so the one with the highest I see, the big guy.
Mr. Big Boy.
And yeah, I'm gonna do some Toll the Dead. So we're gonna hear some kind of ringing tubular bells once again.
Yep. Roll your damage.
Roll your damage. So that, and he's taken damage already, so that'll be a d12. And that is a solid 6 damage.
6.
And then bonus action. Let me just double check the. How close am I to Mob-Bank?
You would be about 20 feet away.
Yeah. So alright, I'll cast Healing Word on
Yep.
him as well. Let me just double check. It's 1d4, isn't it? Yep. 4 plus Wisdom. So that will be 5 HP.
Thank
So
you.
you're at least up. You're not
No longer
unconscious
dying.
anymore.
Dying.
You're not dying.
Oh dear.
So
That's still not great, but
And that's the end of your
And yeah, just make sure that I'm then hiding back around
back
behind
in
the pillar.
cover. Yep. You have noticed that they're close now. You'd think if they want to attack, they'd probably be able to get to you unless you want to retreat.
I wouldn't cause any attack of opportunities or anything.
Not at the moment.
Alright,
Because
then in
you're
which
not
case,
engaged.
I will retreat a bit, maybe like 15, 20 feet. Yeah,
So you can get back to around and get.
yeah I'll get like right by the
cover?
corner because then also I can see if there's anyone else coming.
Yeah, you've got half cover.
Cool.
having a turn.
Professor.
you bounce off the crossbow.
Yes.
And then hit again.
That was first round.
First round you went into the
Did that.
ceiling.
Oh, that's right.
So, oh wait, so you've moved back away?
Yeah, I've moved back away. Do you have expeditious retreat? Please tell me. Oh wait, is that a...
Nope.
That's transmutation, I believe.
Ah, right.
No, it is a wizard spell. He
It is a wizard spell.
He could conceivably have it. Mine was
I cast above me, sleep for 26 hit points.
Excellent.
Well, that doesn't include you, does it?
You tell me. Panicking at the moment.
You got
20 foot radius.
9 foot ceiling above you.
Oh, wait, 20-foot radius.
It's okay, it will hit me first. And
What's
then
your HP? 5?
It's currently 5. So I'm going to
What's
go
the remaining balance? 21
21,
points.
yeah.
Oh. If anybody near that has got 21 hit points or less, or 25 hit points or less, rather.
21.
Wait, oh, you're right. Why did
I'm
I?
just hoping the two guys next to me have.
21 or less.
One of them falls asleep
Hey!
Oh, okay. Yeah, these
by 2 hit
boys.
points. Luckily it's damaged.
That's good.
Can work with that.
So you see Professor wake up, cast a spell, and all of a sudden he just falls back to sleep and another one just drops next to him.
Can I like pull the guy in like?
Yeah.
Well, you fall asleep first, so no, but you notice that this one falls face first into the water and doesn't seem to be moving.
I was gonna say,
Excellent.
thought occurs that you're in water.
The prophecy has come true.
Which brings us back to Smoke.
So who is currently surrounding Belvedere?
So there are 2 of these
Like awake.
fists of Bane. One of them's asleep face down in the water, the other one's standing over him with the sword drawn, but it seems to be looking up around the room for the next target. Behind him you see the Iron Constable with heavy armour, and you see another fist of Bane engaged with Sarissa in the middle of the room.
Okay,
I make myself not a threat. There was some thought.
I'm gonna send. Smoke is gonna send his hawk with us.
Yeah, I assume as a familiar he's with you all the time.
Yeah,
Unless
cool.
Oh, no, he's not.
He's not
He's an animal
familiar.
companion, isn't he?
He is indeed an animal.
I'm pretty sure you made him fly headfirst into a wall last session.
No, that was
mine.
Oh, that was yours.
That was
Just
Sarissa's
do that.
familiar.
Oh,
Yep.
thank God.
The roller coaster.
I'm gonna get Hawk to. I want Hawk to fly up to the one that's currently over Belvedere and looking around and just like harry it. And I'm gonna say, like, what kind of clothes, what kind of gear is the guy wearing?
Chainmail.
Chainmail.
All black.
Yeah. Okay. Hey, howdy, stranger. Your chainmail sucks. And then I just pull out the crossbow and loose a shot at it.
Guess we'll find out.
Chainmail sucks!
Advantage doesn't help.
I'll lower the AC by 2.
Alright, that's fair. Alright. Oh, I haven't done this for a while.
But importantly, if this guy hits Hawk, he's dead.
True.
That's
Straight up. 19.
That will hit.
Excellent. That is 6 points of piercing damage.
You were right when you said chainmail sucked. There's a big hole in the side, and you managed to pierce right into it, right between the ribs. The bolt sticks, and you see them move, and it moves with them.
Yeah, as a bonus action, I just like to bring an L up to my forehead, and then I'd like to use the speed and sort of move away. Kind of goad it into hopefully attack.
Which way are you going? Back the way you came down the corridor, or towards the altar, or away through?
Back towards where Sarissa is.
Yep.
All right.
So the middle of the room.
A bit behind right now.
Yeah, way to do it.
Yep.
Most room to maneuver.
All right, Raz.
Okay. I've put some thought into this. Some being the operative word.
It's more than some of us.
So it's gone into the abyss now, hasn't it?
Possibly, yes. I'm going to launch myself at the dude that you're engaged with.
All right.
And cast Shocking Grasp at him.
That was my plan.
Yeah, well.
On save, show me Raz.
No, it's a range. It's a melee spell attack roll.
Yes, melee spell attack roll.
Is he wearing metal armor?
He is.
Then it's an advantage.
Yes.
Yep.
Nice.
That is what I thought. And failing that, it was also possibly sneak attack, maybe? I don't know. Who knows?
Not sure about
Oh,
those
Jesus.
rolls.
Probably doesn't
H.
matter.
Christ. You're right, it doesn't, on account of me rolling shittily. 8.
You jump down from the rafters and try to rush into melee, and the moss underneath the floor is just slippery under the water.
Oh no, I'm levitate launching myself. Like, when I say launch myself at him, it's very easy to say.
this up, Raz?
It's very easy to say I screw this up, but based on how I'm finishing the rest of my turn.
Okay, go on.
So, like, feet on the rafters, launching at him, just missing slightly, head first straight into the water, and just handspringing back into the rafters. Bonus action disengage, so that I don't take an opportunity attack.
Nice.
So you use your bonus action disengage, which means you can't hide.
Correct.
You're back up in the rafters where you were.
Yes,
Yeah,
but
you
very
hear it.
visible up there.
Yeah, not very subtle.
Yep.
No worries.
Not very subtle, like encapsulates that turn very nicely.
Okay. So the one engaged for you attacks you again with a 20 to hit.
Are you shield? Sarissa, as he's swinging, brings up, lets go of the dagger, brings up her hand, and just this shadow just apparates out of nothing. This like ethereal, oily, smoky shadow just apparates into nothing, and this spectral chain appears in the path of the blade and intercepts it.
Yep. Well, what's your AC with shield?
23.
23.
Nice.
The second one will, I guess, go for you.
Bring it on, stranger.
They rush forward, the flame blades slashing at you and missing completely, as they didn't realise how slippery and mossy the water was.
Only someone had already slipped
Big buff.
So you're both engaged with one at the moment. Once again, the console shouts, attack! And they both attack again, missing you completely. But the one now gains their footing and slashes at Smoke again, hitting with 19 on the dots. For 6 points of slashing and 2 points of fire damage. 9 points of slashing.
So 11 all.
Yes. Which brings us to Sarissa.
Excellent. So yeah, as the guy misses with his attack, she essentially just ducks under it and then reaches up and plants 2 fingers on the side of his neck and casts Shocking Grasp.
Yep.
This,
Vulcan Death Grip.
pretty much, yeah, this like blue lightning just wreathed in shadow just erupts around him. So that's going to definitely hit. That's a 25 to hit.
That will hit.
Nice.
So he takes 7 points of lightning damage, and he can't take reactions this turn. I am then going to.
Yep.
You leapt away. I'm just gonna. How much room do I have between me and the back wall?
You have about 15 feet.
15 feet. I will move 5 feet out of his range, so he has to move towards me.
Yep.
And that will be my turn.
Back to Clary.
Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and once again toll the dead on that big guy who keeps on shouting out because it's freaking annoying me. So,
Yep. Roll your damage.
roll your damage. Alright, D12 coming up. That's a solid 1 point of damage.
Roll it again.
Roll it again.
You got a nat 1.
And that's a 2.
Excellent.
He seems mildly annoyed.
Mildly irritated.
Okay. Can I think? Do I do anything else this turn? No, I think I'm gonna just stay where I am. That's the end of my turn.
Professor,
Wow.
you are a very sleepy boy.
Safe.
Smoke.
I'll say you're
For now.
floating in the water.
Okay, so Smoke and Sarissa both still engaged.
Yes.
With what?
Sarissa's stepped 5 foot back, so not engaged anymore, but Smoke is.
Yep, okay, cool. I am going to Smoke. Sometimes I forget with different people. Smoke is so convincing. Smoke is going to step away. Oh, sorry. First is going to bring his shield back up because he had the crossbow out earlier. He's going to bring the shield back up, step away, will take whatever comes to him, and is going to cast Create Water at their feet.
There's already water at that.
More water.
Sure.
All right.
Commit, damn it. Yep.
Can appreciate this.
The idea being that hopefully become quite slippery, and we'll see what happens.
Okay, so you're trying to make the water turbulent.
Yes,
Oh, that's
sure.
Alright.
That's
That
better.
works. Yeah.
I like that.
Roll an Arcana check for me.
Oh, jeez. I didn't even realize that was a thing that I could even do.
You still might not. Let's find out.
True that.
It just lacks the plus 6.
That's a 10.
About 10?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. That's the end of your turn.
Yes.
Raz.
Cool.
Standing quite conspicuously in the rafters.
It's true. It's true.
Attack of opportunity. Was it the person I was engaged with?
Sorry?
Oh, because I can't take any
Yeah, if
reactions.
we were engaged
so
with the same person, he can't. He's got a reaction. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, because shocking grass.
I believe.
Wait, so you left?
Yep.
Okay, so the one that you cast a spell on wasn't the one that was engaged with you, so 2?
Yeah, I thought so.
So yeah, so it would get an attack of opportunity.
Yeah. Continuity.
Roy's lowering, guys. Let's go.
Luckily, you have churning the water under his feet seems to have distracted him as he swings at you, and you feel the searing heat of the blade cross past your fur, but you manage to get out of the way in time.
Nice.
Excellent.
Anyway, seeing Clary focusing on somebody who seems like they're actually competent and useful, I'm gonna do basically the same thing, except launch myself at the bloke in plate armor, which, based on my rolls, could be a terrible idea, but let's find out.
Seems like a good idea.
Yeah, and I still have a bunch.
That's why I'm doing saves rather than attack rolls.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's why I'm doing shocking grasp instead of shooting at him.
It's a good way to go.
Yeah.
Is it?
Well,
I mean,
I think we need those dice checked.
yeah.
13.
Does not hit.
They're reverse weighted.
Just gonna fuck those off.
They would have hit.
You're not using the cursed dice? These new cursed dice.
Neither of those were the ones was like the cursed die.
Yeah, because for God's sake.
Make an athletics or acrobatics check, your choice.
Yes.
Aye. That's gonna be acrobatics. No, I see. So, 6.
So completely visible, you launch down this heavily armoured gentleman of Bane.
Yeah.
Go to attack him completely, and you just feel a heavy clap hand grab you and hold you.
Well, I mean, I can still move myself.
So you are now grappled?
Disengaging from here is a terrible, not gonna work even remotely. I am grappled. I am grappled by my foot.
On one hand, I am grappled. On the other hand, I am also grappled.
Pretty much.
Cool.
My god.
This is going swimmingly.
Right?
Well, no, we're not taking enough water for that.
I don't know. Apparently, one of them might be drowning.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, hey, maybe you can
What's
spend...
your AC without shield?
Without shield, 18.
And what's yours?
With or without shield?
Without shield.
You have a shield?
With your
You have a shield.
With my shield, 17.
17. So these two come at you both again with swords charging you, but you're ready for them to step out of the way, skip into the side as they slash with you. You can feel the heat from this black energy from the blade coming towards you, but
Sarissa elegantly parried.
Do they slip over and fall prone because of the water?
they do not.
Oh.
If you're not hiring your Arcana check, maybe.
Yeah, but never gonna happen.
What is your AC? Raz?
Oh. That's me.
13?
Yeah.
You're gonna get stabbed.
Oh yeah. I've accepted this.
Is this at this point?
Yes, he is.
Yes, he is.
He's a rogue. You either don't get hit or have 3 HP by the end of the battle.
By the end of the battle.
The stab will live long enough to get some.
Exactly.
So this giant-armed man has your bow on hand. He pulls a spear out from over his back and just shunts it into your stomach.
Prick!
For 7 points of piercing damage.
Fortunately, your scar tissue in your midsection.
Can't be stabbed.
Oh, dicks.
Sarissa,
Alright.
you're engaged again.
Yep.
They didn't manage to hit you on their attack.
Excellent.
Congratulations.
Where is Smoke in relation to me? With
Smoke?
With engage with the other guy.
About 10 feet away and to your left and back a little bit.
Alright. Okay, what I am going to do is, again, ducking under his strike, putting the fingers against his directly center of his chest along his armor and casting Shock and Grasp again. So that's going to be that's only going to be a 15 to hit.
Does not hit.
And then we'll bonus action offhand attack by just grabbing the dagger and pulling it out of him.
Yep. Roll your attack.
So it's 14 to hit.
Misses.
It does no more damage, but I have a dagger.
That's better.
Yes. You're welcome. And I'm
Couldn't
just,
reach that.
I'm just going to circle around circle around him, staying in his combat range so I can get the attack opportunity.
Yeah, no worries. Back to Clary.
Double dead. Oh, the same guy. Let's do it.
Told this boy.
Yep, roll your damage.
Okay. That's a 2 again.
Continuity.
Hey, we're chipping away. We're chipping away.
You got this.
Surely.
I've got this.
It's a wood.
And how rough are the people looking? I'm wondering.
Not that rough.
You know what I'm saying? Not
In
terrible.
which case,
Professor Montblanc's not looking the greatest.
It's true. But he's also asleep.
and no one's currently attacking
Pretty
him.
relaxed.
Yeah.
And like no one's currently going after him,
He's
so
not
I'm
in
not too
danger.
worried right now.
He's in a better place.
Says the cleric.
Attempts to save. Sorry.
I'll wake up in a nice, comfy change of the wall. And
I'm gonna leave it for now. I'm still just gonna keep on hide behind the pillar. Oh, actually, no, now I'm around the corner. Around tight. Do I see anything coming the other way?
No.
No. Cool.
Does he look like he's having any dreams of any kind?
He's sort of making a weird wincing sound. His legs are kicking.
Interesting. Can I roll for insight onto that?
sure.
Yes.
He's dreaming of the Karate Kid again.
No, I'm dreaming of running away from this fire. That's what happened if I learned Expeditious Retreat. It was like,
Alright, Professor. I mean, you guys can wake him up, just a heads up.
Yeah.
Don't have to
hang on.
Smoke.
Did like a wave of water just go on my face?
I'll get my hat and just tip it's full.
It did not.
When it crossed like a
Yeah. Alright, make sure you're not wearing white robes.
Yep. So how far away is Raz?
I am.
Raz.
I'm at the altar.
He's across the room. He'd be about 25 to 30 feet away.
Okay, cool. Using my half decent movement, actually 30 walking feet, but I'd like to make my way to him.
You are currently engaged, so they'd get an attack of opportunity if you wanted to do that.
Goddamn.
You can still do it, but you'd have to sort of duck and run past them and then take a swing.
Alright, I'm going to disengage
Yep.
and then use my movement
Okay.
to get over to him.
Yep.
And I am just going to get Hawk if Hawk's acting on the same initiative. Then I'm just going to get Hawk just to hover over him, just protectively
Over.
Raz.
Yep.
To fly over.
So Raz is currently being grappled with a giant ironclad hand.
In that
You
case,
basically grabbed my leg like Loki style at this point.
You're like you're a Raz balloon.
in that case, Hawk. I say to Hawk, attack that man! In a American accent. To attempt to like
Roll a d20 for me.
Oh, there you go, bird of freedom. Protect our
17
liberty.
is a straight roll.
17. If you try and escape next round, you have advantage.
Yay.
Which is now.
Cool, I'm gonna do that. That means I need another dice. Unfortunately, it means I need one of the other shitty dice.
You want my nice dice?
We'll find out. Please.
I'd say that's cocked.
Yeah, it was. I got worse.
My
13.
dice. Score.
I'll make it contested.
Well, I mean, it's supposed to be.
You do not escape.
That takes my action, doesn't it?
What does
Yeah,
that
it's an
mean?
action.
That's rough. Okay.
So with this contested natural 20, you feel this tightening. And you feel the spear getting ready to be pulled back and thrust again.
Yeah! Ooh, that's not a fun position to be in.
Which it does for 11 points of damage.
Shield, please. For 18 AC instead of 13.
11 points of damage.
Son of a bitch. Wow.
You get impaled so hard you end up in Ravenloft.
Yep.
Oh, jeez. I mean, Ravenloft would be a better place at this point.
And he looks up from you after impaling you again and just looks at you.
All right.
And shouts, "That's one!" And the other two, you're engaged with one?
I'm engaged
You
with
get an
one.
attack of opportunity.
Excellent. I'm going to take that. Nah, that's a 13.
13.
With a rapier.
What's your AC?
My AC is 15.
So they both start trudging through the water towards you, swords ready, but they don't quite make it to you. Sarissa,
Alright.
the one that left you is now about 20 feet away, going for Clara.
What I will do then is...
You see a couple of small bubbles, and the one that fell asleep in the water just stops moving altogether.
I took one out.
Glorious. How far away from Montbank am I?
From Montbank, you'd be about 15 feet.
It's an action to wake you up, is it?
Bonus.
Bonus? Alright. I'm gonna just walk over and kick him in the ribs.
You are now awake.
I'll take a damage or something.
Depends.
I don't kick that hard.
Depends
Get up, you fool.
I mean, it's pointed boots, so.
True. I just yell at you to get up and continue your fight.
Improvised weapon, stiletto.
Am I within 15 feet of... Actually, you know what? I'm going to use my action to use Toll the Dead on the leader.
Yep.
The sound of rattling chains fills the entire room, and wisdom save from him, please. DC 14.
Roll your damage.
It does hit. So what he sees in his mind is his wounds just seem to bleed forth chains that tear them open further. 10 points of necrotic damage.
Yep.
So
We've got some experimental percussion going on here.
Oh yeah.
He doesn't look very happy about this.
I'm gonna just grin at him.
And that's the end of your turn.
That will be the end of my turn.
So back to
You guys
Clara,
get
you're now
stuff done?
engaged with 2.
Engage with 2. Alright, which one's looking more hurt than the other?
Bent to his feet.
The one that's come from fighting Sarissa seems to be bleeding more.
Alright, and they're directly engaged with me at this point.
They're about to, yeah.
Alright, in which case, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm still gonna Toll the Dead the big guy.
The big guy?
Yep.
Yep. Roll your damage.
That's a 2 again.
Wow.
Retire it.
Okay, I'm using a different one. That one's going in the dice jail for now. And then I'm gonna go ahead and grab out my scimitar to attack the one that's looking more hurt in front of me. And that's going to be 16.
16 does not hit.
Damn it. So yeah, I go for a swing.
Yep. And a miss.
Miss.
Back to Professor, you are now awake.
I grab Sarissa's hand.
Oh, yank him to his feet.
So you see there's like a series of very tasteful rings across my hands, including a wedding ring.
Nice. You see,
I suspect Sarissa would notice that.
she might.
And her heart slowly breaks.
No. So in my surrounding area, who's what do I see?
So you wake up, blinking the bit of water out of your eyes, and sit up. Ahead of you, between the pylons, you see Sarissa helping you up. Behind that, you see Clary engaged with 2 of these cultists with flaming swords. You twist your head to see Raz being held by a large Halvin's hand, and a spear thrusts straight into him. Where's Smoke at the moment?
Smoke went over to Raz.
Yeah, so you see Smoke heading past you, and you see Hawk batting its wings around Halvin's head.
Well, out of spell slots that aren't first, that narrows down my options.
It does.
I'm cast the most magic of missiles. How healthy is the paladin shanking him?
You see there's blood streaming from his eyes and from holes in his chest and sides.
I will try to throw these glowing white stars into the holes in his armor. 3, 7, 8, 11 damage.
What do your magic missiles look like?
So yeah, they look like the stars of Mistra, and they appear from the end of my quarterstaff. And one becomes 7 for a second, and then back to 3. And they just hit where I sort of envision the armor's the weakest, already damaged.
So you plant your staff on the ground and it flares at the end into a giant star, exploding into 7 before reforming into a few. You see them disappear under this blackened armor. Nothing seems to happen, and after a moment a small explosion of light and he just slumps, and you feel his grip release on you and he collapses to the ground.
You okay, Raz?
Not especially.
Neither am I. So
Right.
no one's engaged with me?
Not at the moment.
I back away.
Towards the altar, which would be away from the enemies?
Yeah.
Yep. Alright.
Towards the random guy that's still like hanging there.
I'm bleeding, walking towards an order. What could go wrong?
Smoke, you're up.
Okay, so who's left?
You've got the 2 that are fighting Clary, that's his spear.
Okay, cool.
He's fine.
And the big guy.
Nope.
Oh,
Big guy is down.
big guy.
Exploded in a series of magic missiles.
I've taken out 50% of them.
Nice.
Yes, you
You
have.
do well.
All being asleep for my sleep. I can do them in spite of my sleep.
I keep doing like 2 damage at a time. Yeah.
Okay, Smoke uses some of his movement to move around to where you can get a good proper view of the 2 that are engaged with Clary.
Where you are, you can get a fairly decent view.
Yeah,
You're
cool.
about 25 to 30 feet away. You can get back there with your movement speed fairly easily.
Yeah, cool. Smoke is gonna cast Guiding Bolt again, and he's gonna cross every digit that he's got that he actually hits. So yeah, he's just gonna cast Guiding Bolt at whichever one seems the most hurt.
Yep.
Zap.
That's a natural 20.
It works and it explodes in the light, silhouetting them in what colour is your light?
I believe it was blue.
Blue. And you hit them with such precision, and you see the magic explode and it actually carries over the person standing next to them as they both glow dimly in the dark light.
Excellent.
Oh, you know.
I just hold my hat. I get my hat and wave around there. Yeah! They're really excited. That he actually helped in the battle for
Bigger
once.
than that feels.
Raz, you see 2 of these black-clad armoured figures glowing slightly.
Watch me
Damage.
miss.
Should I roll? Roll damage.
Also damage.
Oh god, what was that? 46. That's a level 1.
How do you mean 86?
I think you mean 8d6, yeah.
Oh, well, yeah. Double the dice? Or roll 8?
Because it's hitting both, it would just be.
Roll your damage and double it.
8, 9, 12, 24. 24 radiant
I'll
damage.
say in before they're both dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this light explodes around them. The first one just drops to the ground. The second one shunts back against the wall, bounces back, and then draws the sword back ready to go. Looking quite hurt, but not quite dead yet.
I say, I just meant to knock you out. But remember, peace over violence.
They feel much better now.
Pair of smoking boots.
But seriously though, watch me miss this crossbow shot. It's gonna be great.
I watched.
You know what?
Great.
With advantage, a 3 and a 4.
Why did you jinx yourself?
Because I know it's gonna happen.
That's why.
I know it's gonna happen.
Then you need to do it twice. So you unjinx the jinx.
Reverse psychology.
Now you owe me a heater.
Yeah.
In a blind panic, the last cultist just starts swinging the blade wildly at you, just completely missing, embedding into the wall. Sarissa.
Excellent. So is it next attack? And its next attack has advantage,
Yes.
not next attack that hits has advantage, is it?
Correct.
Shit.
So Raz ruled it for everyone.
That sounds personal to me.
Alright, Sarissa will just... he's looking pretty badly hurt.
Very hurt.
Sarissa...
A good hit would finish the job.
Yeah, Sarissa's just...
Any hit, probably.
is going to wander up to him, and as the blade's stuck and he's like panicking trying to draw it out, she's just going to like get right up in his personal space and put her fingers underneath her chin and cast Shocking Grasp.
Yep.
Creepy.
Brutal.
It's going to be a non-nat 20.
Yep.
You're going to get like teeth in your face.
5 points of lightning damage.
Yep.
It's like because the jaw would just go shunk, shatter the teeth, splare in your face.
We'll see.
So you see electricity spike through their face, and they scream, but they're not dead yet.
I
Damn.
wish they were.
Well, he doesn't have
Let's kill this
reactions.
thing with 2 damage.
He doesn't have a reaction, so yeah, I'm just going to slink away and go, too bad.
You have to suffer.
You gonna finish the job?
Told it. Let's go.
1 damage.
Yeah.
One damage. All this man's dead.
The first person in this game to save for Toll the Dead.
Alright, in which case I will go ahead and use my scimitar.
Yep.
And that will be a 22 to hit.
That will hit.
Alright, and that'll be 1d6.
What's your modifier for damage?
+4.
How do you kill them? 21 to 22.
Well, he's currently got like he's still like stuck like with his sword stuck in the wall, so I'm just gonna lop that arm off.
Yep.
And just watch him die.
Just watch him bleed out, yeah.
Yep. So you cut the arm off and starts screaming and collapses to the ground screaming until the screams fade away and they just slung into the water.
They fade away pretty quickly because Sarissa will just finish him off.
Yeah.
They're going to fade away pretty damn quickly anyway with 8 point left in a
Definitely.
Yeah. And
But we already
there's still that one sleeping on the floor.
No.
Oh wait, he's got his thing. Yeah,
straight up round.
He's, not to be this.
He got a natural 1 on that save.
Raz. Yes.
What? All right.
Yes. Let's do it.
I'll say, I guess that's what I'm
Probably
good for
glad
here.
enough.
I'll just go around, collect ears
Yep.
with one of my various daggers.
So you start moving towards the body to take an ear and you notice that as you look at the body, they're all shimmering slightly and they turn into shadow forms and stand and slink down to the ground again.
I'll say not dissimilar to what happened up above.
Exactly what happened.
May I have to
So we
take
have to deal with
a counter? I think I did that last game.
You probably did.
Counter religion check. Or
Yeah.
more so,
I believe we did last time.
is there a way to stop that from happening?
Oh, yeah.
19.
Yeah.
That's more specific.
Might do.
You're figuring that they're probably turning into wraiths or spectres of some sort to continue down to protect something below.
But like,
I'll get in on that,
I'm
actually.
With your religion score and your
Yeah.
knowledge, you think if you cast holy magic on them after they died, or to kill them,
so I
it'll
think
probably stop
say the
them.
clerics could turn undead, and do you just get rid of it? Or?
Oh, hang on. Guiding bolt. Radiant damage.
Hang on.
Yeah, so one of them didn't. Yep.
Cool.
But 3 of them did.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, collecting ears.
And
With
so,
the successful religion check, you could perform a ritual of sanctifying to stop them from turning. If you got to them within about a minute of them dying.
do I still have time for this group? Or
No.
I think we might be able to either use your divine ability to put positive energy out to stop this from happening, or you
She
maybe
says like while she's dripping in blood.
yes, I've got my or perhaps we can do a short ritual. Do you, any of you have holy water on yourselves?
I would, yes. Yeah, because I've got the yeah, I do have. Yeah, I did take the priest pack, so yeah.
Oh, I took the other pack.
So I do have a small bit of holy water because I use that for bless.
A short sanctifying ceremony of the dead should work.
Right. Good to
Some should do
know.
it quickly enough.
Also, we might want to do something about that. And I point to the hanging body on the wall. Is he still alive?
Does not seem to be anymore.
Okay.
As you're fighting, you're seeing a lot of blood's been coming from the wounds in his stomach.
I genuinely think he's beyond our help.
I want to have a look at the altar though, and to see if I can figure out what was this ritual being used for. Was it just purely sacrifice to worship, or was it to do something in particular?
I'm going to use my second wind ability to recover some health.
I'm going to no.
I'm also going to fart. While this is going on, Smoke would like to say a prayer for the man, or for the person who's just passed.
Yep.
And also a prayer for himself because of all the violence that
Roll an insight.
getting into.
I just rolled a 22 on religion for inspecting the altar.
Yep.
I'll give you advantage as well, if it helps. Yeah.
Insight? That's a 19.
19. So you got to this body hanging on the wall and you start chanting a prayer to Eldath for safe passage. And you realise that there is still some very light breathing. Chest moving very slightly.
Okay, in that case, I am going to. This should be funny. I'm gonna use the healer's kit of Shadowfell.
Yep. And roll a medicine check.
Oh, this is gonna be fun.
Should finally get to use my healer's ability.
Indeed.
Feat, I should say. Sorry, medicine. Alright, cool.
And because it's with a healer's kit, I imagine you had proficiency?
Yeah,
Question mark?
I think.
Sure do.
So plus proficiency. Alright, that's in that case that's 17 proficiency. Oh no, plus 2, so 16.
16. You pull this kit out and open it up and start going through some herbs and mixing a poultice. You put it on the wound where it was stabbing and you immediately see it start to fester.
Probably should have guessed that, yeah.
in a good way?
Not in a good way.
I have this healing potion.
I say we keep that for ourselves. We could probably
We
find more
could do
use
it
out of
using a
it.
short. I could do it with a
Short rest. But if we mean to smoke, if you wish to save this man.
I personally believe it is better used on us. We would have more use in this situation.
Hell is
than-
coming, I think our souls should be fortified.
Let's
And
face
this
it,
man-
he's already almost dying.
Has that potion, the healer's kit that I've just given him, actually killed him?
It looks like it's about to, real quick.
Is there any way real quick to get a sense of whether this is a human worth saving or not?
It's going to be probably too hard to tell.
Sarissa
Alright.
slashes his throat.
Yeah.
Can I attempt to stop that?
Yeah, you're standing there trying to heal someone.
Cool. What would I roll for that?
Depends what you're trying to do.
It's gonna be contested, whatever it is.
I'm just gonna try to attempt to stop the blade from killing this person.
Yep.
Dex, I guess.
I'm just going to be searching the bodies.
Yeah, like I'm looking at the altar and you're searching bodies.
It's a
Yeah.
22 attack roll.
Does that beat an 11?
No.
So yeah, he's gone.
As I said, I think that we are more useful in this situation than...
You just murdered that man.
It looked like he was going to die a very painful death. I simply put him out of his misery.
This is an altar devoted to a god of murder. These are followers of Baal, a god of murder. Do not murder people here.
What pain could I have caused? You know
You
more
have
about this than me.
Yes, exactly. You could have easily
Perception check for me.
strengthened
Perception check.
the people here.
Quick reminder, Professor, that you murdered 2 people here.
No.
That is
Defending
also
myself in a
quite true.
fight is different to murdering a
24.
person.
As is putting
That
someone out
was
of
a
their
mercy
misery.
kill, not a murder.
Was a
There's a
mercy
difference.
He may have had some sort of information that could have benefited us.
Which you decided to squander when you applied your healer's kit and essentially
But at
told
least it
this
wasn't
man.
on us.
So Sarissa takes 1 point of necrotic damage as you witnessed the blood that slipped through the blade starts twisting its way up and onto the skin.
I do not pass that on.
Some amount of karma.
You see it disappear under the fingernails.
Yeah.
Oh, that can only go well for later.
I just keep that knowledge to myself and just thinking about it, trying to process that.
Yep.
Well, I better grab that potion back. I think I might need it more than you.
I believe he is the one who needs it the most.
But yes,
Watch
rest
this.
to bandage wounds, I think.
Yeah, could I, with the 22 on religion, what's up with the like? Is it just for the sake of worship? Is it a specific ritual to do something in particular?
It's an altar to the god to try and win favour.
Just worship, yeah,
you
win
can see that a
favour.
lot of people have been sacrificed here.
Yeah.
Exactly. What is one more?
It's one more. It's one person that could have helped us. I think I'm having a strange sense of deja vu right now.
I feel like it's less
the
about the
others?
fact that one died and more of the who participated in the murdering.
The question is, are we better off resting here or finding someone else further in
I mean, I'm still
or
going
further
as well.
back?
I mean, I'm good to continue.
Bodies are pretty simple. You do find the swords, which are basically short swords. They're pretty intricately carved. They've got symbols of Bane on the handle.
I'll take one of them.
But as you look at it, you can't work out how you get from. You figure that's probably their magic.
Probably, but I'll take one of them anyway.
Yep.
Add it to the little pile of weaponry in the thing.
Short sword of Bane.
Yep. There.
While this is happening, Sarissa fastens her dagger in her sheath and sort of ties a leather strap over it so the dagger can't come out. She then holds out her left hand and there's just a shadow that just apparates from her fingers, and then she's suddenly holding a whip. She attaches it to her left side.
Smoke suddenly has Smoke's eyes just suddenly light up as he sees the whip, and just for some reason just really is just wants it.
Meanwhile, Claire is like straightening up her hair.
The whip itself,
Braids being like messed up.
The whip itself is hardened, just pitch black leather with a what appears to be like a platinum tip on the end of like a serrated kind of dagger-like appearance.
May I actually do a perception check to see if reinforcements are on their way?
Yes.
And Smoke sees these
Probably
details and just
not.
lets out a
8.
You don't hear anything coming. You just hear the slight dripping of water that you've been hearing most through here.
Shall we maybe, for the sake of some party members, take a quick rest here?
Is this place secure?
I don't know, but
I'll go down to the. I'll go to where the corridor continued, and we'll sort of just look down and.
Which way? There's a few places confused. So as you enter this room, it's the way you came in.
Yep.
Near the altar, there's a small set of stairs leading down, opposite from where you came in. Mm-hmm. There was another corridor that led directly across from where you first came in, and one to the left that goes through a door.
Left across and stairs in that order. She'll go by all of them.
Yep. So the first one's locked. That's a locked door. Mm-hmm. The second one, you go down through the flood, and as you do, it takes a sharp right turn.
Yep.
And as you go forward, you realise that a small staircase from the altar leads into this path.
Yep.
You keep going down. There's another door there.
Mm-hmm. Should be being quiet
check.
about this as well, by the way, like stealthing.
Yep. Roll a perception check for me.
Yep. Natural 1.
You can just hear the dripping of the water coming from behind you. You hear some scurrying, which you think would probably be rats.
She turns around anyway and goes back to the party.
Yep.
Have we come across any rooms that are ideally dry and have all entrances closable?
D9, if you're following at home, was the room with 3 doors. They're all closable. Behind you was the tapestry. Otherwise, you could probably go back to D5, which is where you first came down, but you could still...
you could potentially retreat back to
The tapestry room hadn't seen much signs of activity. If we wish to rest, and I definitely wish to. My magic is much drained, as is my life.
Blood, yes. Know the feeling.
Does that will happen?
Yes, I think I'd like to pull back there and bandage our wounds.
So it wasn't a room as such, but it was like a very large alcove where you can quite clearly see both ways out. So if you're being attacked, you can see the ambush before it happened if you're keeping an eye out.
Cool.
Sure.
Sounds good.
And there are
If you will insist.
Yes, we do.
Alright, so you head back to that room. Not hard to get there, you just head straight back up the corridor through the door and ahead. It takes you all about a minute to get back there. And you're back where the tapestry was hanging.
So we're taking a short.
Yep.
That will be enough time for me to ritually cast Find Familiar. So I won't rest, but I will get my familiar back.
I'll rest.
I have 4 hit done. You don't need to use all 4 of them.
So about 20 minutes in,
You can roll one at a time.
hear a scurrying, and you see a rat sort of sniffing around.
It's hit dice plus con.
Hit dice plus con modifier regained.
It comes up to you and looks expectantly at you all.
Sarissa is currently in the process of, she's carved what appear to be just these like blue flame runes that just glow ambiently in 2 circles. She's sitting in a big one, and in a small one there's a brazier that has all of the components required to cast Find Familiar, burning with this blue-black flame, just bellowing this faint smoke, and she's kind of just chanting an infernal over and over.
The rat comes up and sort of stares at you for a moment, trying to get your attention. When it obviously can't, moves on and starts staring at everyone else, and comes up and starts twitching its whiskers and pointing its nose at you.
Oh, it's your friend. I think.
Sort of cycles between you, all trying to get attention.
Rat, you seem intelligent.
It comes up to you very slowly, a bit skittishly, and starts nibbling on the front of your boot. See a bit of leather being chipped away by its teeth.
Smoke would like to just get out part of its rations. Well, his rations. Whatever.
Gender fluid smoke.
His rations and offer it to the rat.
Yeah, it skitters across the floor and starts eating quite hungrily.
And while it does that, I look at Smoke and then I'm trying to gauge how hungry. Hawk. I look at myself. I look at Hawk to gauge how hungry Hawk is looking.
He's looking hungrily at the rat, but is seeing you feed it and is not attacking it.
Okay, I look at Hawk and then I look at the rat and then I back up to Hawk, back down to the rat, back up to Hawk, and then I give it a nod. Does it get an advantage because it's distracted by the food?
So Hawk swoops down with a squeak, and you hear that squawk and squeak, and all of a sudden, in a bloody mess, the rat's dead on the floor, bleeding.
Yeah. Is Hawk looking satisfied?
He starts eating it.
Yeah, cool.
The rat seemed particularly intelligent. Trying to get our attention.
Yes, potentially a familiar of someone spying.
Well, I mean, it's a body on the ground, not a puff of smoke, so probably not.
Or an animal companion of some kind.
Now that I can believe.
Or it was something too polymorphed, and then, well, it was nothing we could do for it anyway.
Exactly.
If you're following at home and want to know what it was, read D14. Anyway.
D4, was it D14?
D14.
Can I also help?
Well, you're not at home, so.
It's dead now anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Do we finish our short rest?
Maybe it wasn't a demon.
Cool.
Right, I put my spellbook away. Stand up.
So what did you see down there? When you were having a bit of a look around?
Nothing. The stairs in the corridor that is not locked, they seem to meet up. And
There's a lock.
there is a locked door. The door on the left of the room.
Time to finally shine.
Oh, it's always fun to see what's behind those ones.
If you insist.
Perhaps did you find a key as you searched those people?
Cody, did I find a key as I searched those people?
You did not.
I did not.
If only you can someone can unlock doors.
Yeah, it's almost like I can do that or something.
You can.
Yeah, I have
Get a
tips.
tumbler in your day.
Sarissa now sits with them.
Not that you're probably like, no, yes.
Smoke would like to go up to Sarissa and, this is what he says to her.
What is on your mind?
You're all the characters. Howdy, partner. Tip's hat.
Hello.
Was it Infernal? Or I wouldn't, Smoke wouldn't know what. Intermission?
What?
What happens if I do it?
I'll actually talk again. The words you were saying before, over and over again. What was that?
It was a
No change.
It was a chant. It was a chant in the language of my birth tongue, you could say.
You were speaking it when you were born?
No, it is an innate language of the Devil King.
So you had a
Devils,
Well,
you said.
I have devil blood in me.
True.
It is quite obvious.
Have you actually
What
never
was
run
that
across
devil
tieflings before?
No, but I'm just curious how much you've had to do with them.
How much I've had to do with devils?
Well, she's not red, so probably not too much.
I have never actually met a devil.
Okay.
Nothing.
Well, you're doing one better than I have.
Well, I've also noticed you have quite the fancy whip down there.
Indeed.
May I play with it?
Do you want to kill someone?
I want to play with the whip. Just because I really want it.
She leans in really close.
It's a cat toy.
She leans in really close, and it's just.
Smoke leans into.
You would like to play with the whip?
Yes.
I have one condition for you.
Mm-hmm.
What you must do is you must help us get through this dungeon as best as you can,
A quest.
and the whip can be your quest reward.
Smoke extends. Smoke extends.
I believe that means you probably have to be killing things a bit more frequently.
I can assist. I don't have to kill things. I don't think that is part of the contracts.
Well, we have not signed one, so therefore I am making an amend, and the amend being that for each kill that you'll get an extra 10 minutes.
I want the whip.
Straight up.
The whole whip and nothing but the whip.
She hands him the whip and just goes, just wait a moment. Walks 20 feet back and snaps her finger, and it disappears out of his hand and reappears in her hand.
Motherfucker.
Unfortunately, this whip is bonded to me. Therefore, you cannot have it.
It's a bonded whip.
Can you unbond it?
I mean, I could, but why would I want to? It served me well.
Because you want to continue in this party, do you not? Do I get persuasion with the hat plus 3?
If you're doing persuasion, you get
Smoke,
plus 3.
the thing is,
Unattempted. I want the whip.
would you say, for example, like consider even possibly taking my shield? It is the most important thing. For example, your shield. Would you be happy if someone took yours? It's such an integral part of your attack and your strategy. Therefore, why would you do so for someone else?
How long have you spent with me? Do I have a strategy of any kind, shape, or form? No.
Imagine this: if someone tried to take Hawk from you.
As the newest member of this group, that is honestly quite accurate. He does not look like he has a plan.
What if someone tried to take Hawk from you?
Would you know this?
I don't think that's the best. Look, it's a whip.
I'm fighting a losing battle here, aren't I?
Yes, you are.
The
losing is
Try.
It does have advantage.
That's 19.
It did not need advantage.
Unfortunately, you do not.
Oh,
Until you sufficiently help us. With a plan, whatever.
Plans are good.
does it look like there's anything else in the room that could be used as a whip?
No.
That's the most important.
Smoke will just want to laugh for a little bit.
Shall we continue?
Yes, we shall. Locked door, I believe.
Yes, locked door.
I'll buy your whip when we get back.
Thank you, partner.
All right, sweet.
So you head back to the altar.
Yes.
So you've been told there are 2 doors. One leads straight out of this room, which is locked. There's another one that goes down the stairs near the altar that is not locked.
Yeah, but there's a locked door, so
Sure
We
is.
gotta know what's in the locked door.
indeed. So I'm going to try and pick that lock with my invisible gloves of thievery and whatnot.
So there's, as you head through, there's a couple of torches lit on the wall next to this locked door. I see it flickering. It's a fairly simple looking lock.
Neat.
You think you'd probably be able to use your tools to open it?
I'll say such that I don't need to roll a dice because at this
No,
point,
you'll need to roll it.
dicks. Please.
That's very good attempt.
Also, might want to
It
check the traps.
is at this point. Oh, jeez, why did I blank out on that so hard? Plus dex. 19.
19.
Before we go,
Clicks open.
Yeah.
I'm always paranoid about traps.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm thinking I'm gonna be like standing next to you. I'm just gonna quickly. That was 13. So that'll be 17.
So you start inspecting the door. You check the hinges and the latch, and nothing seems to trouble.
Okay.
Okay.
Just gently, like, kind of just push the door open with my tongue.
Yeah, rather just like pop the lock and just sort of like take a step back and
Don't
just
wanna,
like
hit the
after
handle.
everyone else.
So it's like a 10-foot lead into this door, which leads back out to the water where the pylons were, where you recently were in a fight. Sure. Where's everyone standing in relation?
I'm literally right by the door because I sort of like standing inside and just slightly nudging it open with my foot.
Yep.
Yeah, I've taken a step to the side and just allowing other people in first.
Yeah, Smoke has moved up to Belvedere because he wants to protect his investment.
Where's Belvedere then?
Near, closer to the back, because these people are dealing with the door, they don't need me in the way.
So you're sort of back in the main fight room.
Yeah.
Yep.
Stress is just in the the door we originally came in, went back out, and then came back in again. She's just leaning against the door frame
That's about 100 feet away.
from the locked door.
Yes.
Okay, should be on the wall. Should be on the wall to the side. Then the same side.
Down the little 10-foot corridor.
Yeah. Yeah. She'll be about 30 feet away. and to the side.
You'd be standing where the dead man's hanging on the wall. Okay.
She's just inspecting it.
Admiring the handiwork.
Leaning on the blood.
Well, she killed him, so.
Her handiwork.
Raz and Clara need to make a dex save.
Oh, knew it.
The best kind of save. Wow, natural 20.
Nice, that was a solid 13.
13.
It does equal 24 at the end of the day, but somehow I don't think that matters.
We're getting damage.
Oh,
Take 18 points of fire damage. As the door opens, the natural gases billow out into the 2 torches lit next to you.
How much was that?
18.
18. Okay.
Well, that seems sort of not gone.
Smoke and the professor take 2 points back further.
Not gone the greatest for
Check
everyone.
the track. Still picking that one. Okay.
Roll a perception for me.
see what I was.
Does my perception roll carry
14.
over or 3?
No, not you.
Oh,
Sorry.
not me. Cool.
Just the person on the other side of the room.
See what I was going to do was take a giant step back and open it with Mage Hand, but that ship sailed rather quickly.
Smoke is gonna put a hand on Belvedere's shoulder and cast guidance.
Yep.
Great. After not taking damage at all, the rest of the fight, I'm down to like 13. Yay.
That is 1 point less than me, and I managed to dodge that.
So that's a 1d4.
Thank you. Do we? Sorry, is our view obscured?
You see, it's mostly burnt off. It's a bit of fog still in there from the burning. Roll a perception check for me.
Again?
Professor.
No,
Can use guidance if you want.
you do.
I just did. I got more of my guidance dice than the D20.
Oh, that was.
And he got 1 on the guidance.
Oh god. Wait, what?
Not quite. I got 4 on the guidance dice.
So what was your total score?
9.
Yeah, you walk in and you can see a lot of the...
Oh, no, walking in. I'm using the blind side.
Okay, yeah, a lot of this. Actually, with blind sight, you just succeed. You can see where the explosions happen. A lot of those wooden beams seem to be across the roof. A lot of them seem to have cracked and been damaged in that explosion. And you can see them sort of bowing in the middle of the little.
Would Sarissa have noticed that?
Not
I've been
considering you're
like
on the other side of
about
the
the explosion, so.
Be careful. I can hear the roof's being weakened by that explosion in the next room.
Oh.
I can hear it creaking,
Well,
rumbling.
that sounds like
Just trying to like
you've done very well.
get my hair out, like making sure my hair's not on fire.
Thank you.
I'm gonna stick my head in and look around and see what's in.
Fairly empty. There's 6 pillars made of stone in the middle.
Yeah.
And the roof is filled with smoke that is not a tabaxi.
That's good.
Thank you for the clarification.
Yeah.
That
But there's nothing.
So we opened a locked door.
Yeah.
In there you see
all smoke
it seems to
flying
open up to the left, out of your view.
Right.
Across the other side there seems to be a small passageway leading forward, and to your right there seems to be a staircase leading up slightly.
But it's also collapsing.
It doesn't look like, well, you can't tell it's collapsing at all.
Sure.
Professor Bunbank sees that it looks like it's taken some damage, but it doesn't look like it's about to collapse without some other
It's
catalyst.
like the roof was before.
It's like it's slightly worse,
Yeah.
but not about to just cave in on you
Alright. That's good.
without
At least.
anything.
I'm just gonna, yeah.
Can I make like a history check to realize see how hard it would have to be, or is it just like if someone just attacks it, it'll break?
Probably more inside.
Investigation?
Yeah. If you go in and have a look around.
16.
You think if someone took out one of these pillars, it would do the job. You think if another explosion like this went off, it would probably do the job. A well-placed second circle fire spell at the ceiling would probably do the job. Or anything else that does damage like that.
I'm taking concerted effort to bring it down, but someone uses targeted magic. Or destroys more pillars. And I think we need to flee in quick.
Yes, I
Alright.
wouldn't want to stay in that.
But if we are chased by many, that might come in handy on the way out.
Well, it is a good thing that we have not one of us to go in there for us. And I'll send my owl in to look around the room.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
It's mainly just filled with smoke, and just what you saw when you went in first, the pillars.
Yep.
In the far corner, there's another small room with a couple of pillars, and ahead there is another larger corridor that heads to the south, filled with 3 large pillars, and is once again flooded with water.
She reopens her eyes and goes, well, it seems to just continue on.
Then continue on we shall, I guess.
Yeah.
Do we want to go through the potentially rickety room?
Yes.
Yes.
Or-
Yes.
Because then, again, if we need to flee, this can be a choke point that we use.
Fair enough.
I assume you have some sort of second circle fire spell.
Not prepared.
Dex. I have something that could work.
Yes.
Surely like a couple of sacred flames will blast it enough.
The only spell I have that fit that description is third circle. But I did not bring the fireball spell today.
You also Raz being aware of fireball is suddenly like much more wary of the professor.
Alright, so you all head into the room with some caution.
Yeah.
It's flooded in here as well. A lot of large chunks of stone and wood now on the ground makes it a little bit more difficult to traverse. You head into the centre. So you've got two options. You can go right up the staircase, or you can go ahead and down the corridor, which has a few more pylons in it.
I think I head down the corridor.
Yeah, down seems to be the way to go.
Yeah.
So you wade through this sort of knee-deep water, past these pylons, and eventually get to another small set of stairs that go up in a 5-foot wide corridor.
As a note, my owl is on my shoulder, assisting me with any perception-based, anything perception-based, really.
I feel like I'd like to be somewhat sneaky while doing this. I'm not going to cast Cross Without Trace, but just...
Anyone wanting to be stealthy, roll a stealth check?
Absolutely.
That's a nat 20.
Yep. That's a dirty 20. No.
So...
8. Wrong
Yeah,
proficiency.
that'd be 23.
Watch me roll a 3 or a 4. Well, it was neither of those, but it wasn't much better either.
Ooh.
That's an 11.
A 10.
19.
With you in that 20, I'll let you give one of the two that was lower an advantage, if you like.
Raz, because you're the one who benefits the most from having stealth.
I got
That 20?
18 then.
Okay.
Yeah, because you still get advantage with Trickster.
Oh, do I?
That's
Yeah.
that 20.
No, but also I still have
so,
less
yeah,
with
okay.
Trickster up.
So 19. I rolled a 17 to 16. So.
Still 11.
Yep.
You remember now.
Alright, so you start heading forward. You see the corridor disappearing ahead to a large wooden door, and you see to your right another door and a couple of small alcoves up to your right that indicate probably other small doorways.
Sorry, I'm just thinking I need Jack or trades at some point.
So
Die without it.
I probably should have asked this earlier, stage whispering. Who's you are taking command of this? Who's in the lead here, directing which doors we go through? I think we should not discuss this every time we reach a new door.
Definitely.
Alright. Well, I'm the one stealthing the west. Okay, so
Where did that
Rita.
voice come from? So ahead of you, you see a corridor.
Okay.
You see where you are to your right, there's a doorway. To your left, there's a collapsed tunnel. Forward and ahead, you see another collapsed tunnel and another small alcove that seems to lead to a doorway. Just beyond that, a third doorway. So 3 doors on your right and
Okay,
a doorway
3 doors
straight
on the
ahead.
Oh, 3 doors on the right. I think before I do anything, I'm just going to quickly cast Cure Wounds on myself because I'm a little bit low. So
What's the lighting situation in here?
yeah, what is...
Pitch black unless you've got dark vision.
Okay, so actually no, I'm not the best person to ask because literally I'm having to be led
I have an
by
idea.
Sarissa.
I touch his arm and cast light on it.
Yep.
This will stop it from having any more
I can make a dex
accidents.
save to avoid that, can't I?
Yes, probably
So I'm going to
Wait,
do
what
that.
do you do? What did you cast?
Light.
nothing.
You didn't go?
In the sense that I didn't touch, so I didn't cast it.
Yeah, it's I feel
Oh,
like
extra.
I could cast light as well, but I feel like it's probably
I think
better.
the darkness is probably going to help us the best.
Yes, so
Not
I'm just
being
kind of like
seen.
just holding onto the Saurus and just...
Not being seen, I find, is probably a good
Well, the nat 20 on stealth makes more sense now.
The only reason I can tell you're there is because every now and then I slap you with my tail. Sorry.
Can I
fine.
roll,
I've had
can I roll
worse.
for insight on that?
On what?
On slap his
Sorry, it's a slap.
Not to.
So Taxi doesn't really understand all these these people are saying, but
Well, it depends on your slap in it, so...
So at the moment you're in the middle of the corridor. It's just several doors. Where are you going?
Yeah.
do you pass on that information?
Well, if you want to be a decision maker, I can always lead you around.
Very well then. I feel like I'm blind leading.
We're not blind.
Yeah.
Well, you know what they say, in the land of the blind, the one-eyed man is king.
Oh, true.
Does anyone actually say that?
I have said it.
Oh, there you go.
Well, I've currently healed myself up back to... I think... Back up to 20, so at least that's something.
Yep.
So the thing is, there's those 3 doors on the right before we head down. So I feel like we just carefully, maybe
How-
this time.
How far away? How far apart are the doors on the right?
They
Are
are
they uniform or are they different? Or
20 feet apart, down small alcoves of their own.
So it feels like
they may be quarters.
exactly. And I mean, we might be able to find something in there, but
Maybe we could find a long rest in there.
Or a long wait.
Oh.
And it's simple.
That's
Then we
my
ask
smile.
them to graduate to this.
Smoke goes up to the.
I'm just
Goes
gonna
up to
hang
the
back towards
first
the
door.
back this time and let someone else go
Smoke
forward.
is gonna just
An old
try
stone
to.
door.
Yeah, it's gonna try to just quietly open it and obviously look for a whip.
Yep, roll a stealth check to try and do it quietly.
Like
Yeah.
sensible person.
Yeah.
Yeah, as well.
I'm just gonna step back and let this happen.
Yeah, we're just like backing off.
Yeah, you push it forward, and the heavy stone door does grind. You see some light white marks across the ground where you've pushed it open. Ahead it looks like about a 15 by 10 foot collapsed room, and you see part of a sarcophagus sticking out. Looks like it was collapsed years ago. It's very dusty in here. You see some old cobwebs.
Yeah. Smoke goes around and looks for whips.
What do you see in
There
there?
are no whips.
Okay. Well then, Smoke will investigate the sarcophagus and try to I guess, for once in his life, just see if there's any traps.
Yep. Roll a perception
Put the
check.
party
Or
first.
investigation, your choice.
Oh. So was it perception or?
Or investigation, your choice.
Definitely take perception on that one. That's a 18.
There do not seem to be any sort of traps in here. It looks like it's just a natural cave-in. As you look around, it looks like it probably was looted some time ago. The body's missing, and there's nothing left in the crypt itself from what you can tell.
See anything interesting in there?
Nothing.
Very well.
No.
Nothing?
Look-
Did you say?
Do you want to look in the other rooms as well?
Absolutely.
Well, we'll leave you to it.
Okay. That's Smoke goes to the next one and repeats things. Exact same process.
Yep. So you go to the second door.
Yep.
Try and open it quietly again.
Absolutely.
The same process.
Oh, that's better. 21.
Yeah, so you sort of put your whole body against it and just very slowly pry it open and quietly, bit by bit, slides until you can get inside. Inside you see, against the back wall, an open sarcophagus, and it's very dusty in here. You see the stone top has fallen down the back. Beyond that, all you can see is the dust and a bit of broken stone around until you go inside.
Yep. Move inside.
Yep, so you go
Looking
up
for
to-
traps.
just roll a general investigation check for me.
Sure.
Or perception, your choice.
Perception. 20.
20. Okay, so you get up to the sarcophagus and you see some very old human remains inside. As you look around, it looks like it's probably been looted once again. But as you investigate the crypt, it looks like the bottom part of it has a bit of something falling away from it and some small black holes appearing underneath where the body is.
Smoke relays this to the rest of the party.
Black
Does
holes.
it sound like anything arcane in nature?
It sounds like a fake bottom.
I cast dancing lights close to that, so you can see better, like in the coffin itself.
As you do, you see a couple of these cracks go down. You see something glisten red for a moment before disappearing. As the lights go around again, you see something glisten red. On the third pass, you
So
see something
dancing lights.
shoot
I'm just
back.
going to cast a light on my shield at this point.
That's like a light white, almost translucent colour flash back at you. As it goes around again, it comes back red.
Are you relaying this?
I assume they were looking in.
Oh, Smoke.
I'm not.
Smoke is
At this
waiting.
one I'm in.
yeah. Smoke is praying and saying a prayer for the desecrated.
At this point, I'm just like looking at the dancing lights and I'm just like, shield, light.
I'm out by the door.
Spotlight, like small spotlight, and I've got like my cloak.
With the dancing lights, you see it seems to be some sort of plaster bottom that would be fairly easy to break through if you wanted to.
I nod to Smoke and I draw the lights, take a step back.
Smoke nods back.
I'm just gonna, I'm like, ooh, interesting, full spotted. I'll let you handle this. Tell off the light, head out.
I'm heading out.
Smoke goes with Smoke's with
Welcome
Belvedere.
back. Anything interesting?
And basically your companion. Yep.
So you all head off?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, not investigating the false bottom?
Oh, I thought you guys were.
Nope.
Everyone
He
put
said he
everyone
was
else on and
trying.
walked out.
I don't intend to let the dead. So.
Well, I have no such qualms.
Sorry.
And you have dark visions.
Exactly.
Loot properly buried dead who weren't attacking us. There's a few clauses there.
Raz has no such qualms.
This
You go for it.
Absolutely. Is there a body in the way?
There's the remains of the body.
There is the remains of a body?
There'll be a few bones.
Not anymore. Those are not there anymore.
You push them over the back and they tumble on top of where the full-on lid is.
Uh-huh.
I cast the Yeet Skeleton.
No, catapult.
Oh, perfect.
According to my players,
Yep.
So you clear the coffin.
Yep.
So cracks on the bottom.
Uh-huh. Okay. And so it's quite clear where the edges of this plaster is, yes?
Yes.
So I'll grab out one of my many knives and just sort of cut along those cracks. And you said it was plaster?
Yes.
So it should be sort of dusting away a little bit.
Fairly easy to get through.
Yeah. Fantastic. Just the whole thing, lift it up.
As you get through it, it's fairly thick. You'd think you'd want to do it in sections probably. Otherwise it's going to be quite heavy.
Alright, fine. I'll take out a quarter of it at a time and just yeet it out as I go.
Yep. As you throw it over back, it just shatters as it hits the ground.
Smoke is just like
not sexy at all.
Into the body bits.
We can see like his head that just crash.
Well, he's going balls to the wall. That is for sure.
As you get the first quarter out, have you got any source of light or are you using dark vision?
Dark vision.
Yeah. So you see something underneath that seems to be like a slowly broiling liquid. You see something float into view, which is the face of a dead body, mummified. 2 red jewels in place of the eyes.
Ooh.
I see.
Cat?
What do you see?
So I'll say, how far down is this? Sorry.
Not far down. It's probably about a foot below where the false bottom was.
Oh, that's.
What
This
do
place
you
is dangerous. I'm using a mage hand. Oh no, I ain't telling shit to nobody about this.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, that's I'm gonna have a mage hand go down and grab that.
Grab.
The head.
You grab the head and try and pull it and it doesn't move. Seems to be attached to a body.
Damn it.
Poor Raz kind
Make
I was about to say.
Nice.
I'll say. Here's the next question. Do you think 10 pounds of force would separate said head from said body?
No.
Damn it. Right, fine. Well,
You would think you'd probably be able to pull the stones out of the eyes.
yeah. Well, I mean, this place is still dangerous. I'm still going to use the mage hand to do that.
Yep. You pull them out. As they rise out, you look at them, they lose the red sheen, they look almost opalescent, and you realise they're moonstones.
I have so many moon-flavored things.
flavored thing.
Indeed.
Apparently just
Cheese.
have a
Cheese,
Wow.
yeah.
It's like moon.
Cheese dough.
Yeah. So those are going into the pack.
So 2 moonstones worth 50 gold pieces each.
Neat. Any other things as I go along?
You see, are you still taking the plasterwood out?
Absolutely.
As you reveal the body, you see that where the chest has been wrapped in the mummification, there's some disturbance.
Mm-hmm.
Probably under the bandages.
Right. Okay. Well, we have a knife. Let's investigate the disturbance.
Who wants to take bets on how quickly he's going to die?
So you start trimming away the fabric.
Uh-huh.
He surprisingly gets away with it a lot.
Yeah.
Faye.
Oh
Yes,
god, he
please
has to
find
Google
out.
something. Oh no.
So you pull out
I
what
mean,
seems to be a small
I'm
Hessian
his
sack.
big patch usually, so.
Hessian sack. I love Hessian sacks.
As you open up, it looks like some dried beans. In fact, it looks like there are exactly 3, 4,
8.
9 dry beans.
Okay, I got me some beans out of a chest cavity. Neat.
Beans, you're saying. Does it sound like any magical item? Can we try and determine what magical item that might be?
If you're proficient in Arcana?
Yep. I mean, it was hidden inside of a body. They're probably magical.
That's a 24.
It looks like the magical item bag of beans.
Okay, so does the body have any identification on them, and is his name Jack?
No.
No.
Of course. I see you found yourself a nice bag of beans there.
Well, yes, they're dried.
Indeed.
Into the bag of holding they go. What was your icon, by the way?
24. Of course.
Nice.
Of course it was 24 as well.
Yeah.
Look at you, mate.
We're both doing quite well. Indeed.
You can definitely feel a very strong magic aura around these beans.
Am I aware that the bag is extra dimensional?
Actually, yeah, I don't think it is. Otherwise, that would have been really bad, and we would have stopped that from happening.
Yeah, probably.
Otherwise, you would have died.
I mean, yeah.
Make sure you know how many beans are in there as well.
9.
Yeah, cool.
I'm gonna get.
So can I tell him what it does?
Oh, please do.
Yes, but we'll do it when we come back from break, so it's now 9:05.
Hey.
So make sure you stick around, come back and find out what the bag of beans does in about 10 to 15 minutes.
And also, what else Raz
Magical
can pull
farts
from the dead?
for everybody.
Oh yeah, that too. See you all soon.
Only if you deep throat it.
Bananas of the Wild West.
And welcome back to Bananas of the Wild West, Dogs of M.E.R.C.Y. So, bag of beans.
Bag of beans.
What you do is you can take one of the beans out, you plant it, and a variety of magical effects. Anything from explosions to what was another one?
Giant beanstalks.
Yes, giant boing beanstalks.
Have you heard the story?
What about Frank?
Yes, Frank and the vine.
Frank and the stalks.
Frank and the stalks.
So
yes.
basically like Tonk, but with a bean.
Pretty much. Who is this Tonk person?
Yes. Who is this taunt person?
Oh, come on, Smoke.
I'm going to assume
The Duck Man.
Demon dog?
No.
Forgot about that.
I'm going to assume
Book of Alchemy.
Yes.
I'm going to
That was
assume he was
it.
a previous party member.
Aarakocra.
Yes. Well, of the duck variety.
Really?
A duck
Specifically.
cocker.
Yeah, indeed.
Never heard of them before.
I've met one in passing.
Swag wants to just get the
Was it his
party,
dad? He was always looking for him.
the party in a huddle, and then just heads bowed and leads them in a prayer of quack. for Tom.
A prayer of hope.
Can you please recite the quack
Sure.
for us?
Okay. Quack. That's it.
Well, that was
That's a response.
Indeed.
surprisingly odd.
Very.
Smoke would like to also attempt to summon, to pray to Eldath and attempt to summon Tonk, if that's even possible.
He has
Or a
genuinely never done
dog.
this before.
It's certainly possible to pray.
So I'm going to attempt.
Roll
Alright,
D100.
I'm going to attempt to pray them. No.
In the meantime, I'm going to keep digging through this coffin.
Yep, you eventually uncover a mummified body. Seems to be floating in some sort of red liquid.
Gross. Can I ascertain that said red liquid is probably blood?
That doesn't seem to be.
Now my
Fancy.
academic curiosity has been curiosified.
Well, I mean, I don't know. Raz pops his head out. It's like, there's a weird mummy body. Seems to be floating. And it had a bag of beans in its chest.
I'll cast my lights again.
Yep, it's sort of red water. It's very watery, slightly more viscous than the water out and floating in the cave.
Religion, alchemy check.
Nature, probably.
That's the indulgence.
I wish that rat was still here.
Just effect 11.
What was that on?
Nature.
Roll a perception check for me.
Another one of my core skills. 18. I just rolled well.
You sort of try and pick it. It just looks like water, and you sort of take a bit of a sniff, and it smells quite briny. It basically seems to be red salt water. Probably a preservation agent of some sort for the body inside.
Does it look like there are any tuna?
There
Possibly
does not seem to be enough room for tuna fish.
Shall we continue on our way?
Well,
Yes,
I
we
mean,
shall. We've got one more door, I believe.
so one last thing. Do the legs have anything fancy on them?
The legs?
Yes.
Bandages?
Not fancy.
Not fancy at all.
No. I'll just sort of haphazardly chuck the plasterboard back in.
Yep. Handfuls of it smashed on the ground together.
Yeah, exactly.
Did you want to
I
do
cast
the honors
mending.
on the last door?
I cast mending.
Sure.
Assuming it's a
yeah.
spell.
That's going to be such a long time of mending if you want to prepare that whole
Well, it's a
plasterboard.
cantrip anyway, isn't it? So,
From a hat.
yeah, okay.
Yeah, as Smoke
For a minute.
Smoke
Every
like
time.
standing outside, just couldn't imagine the horrors
It's a
of
flat area.
desecrating
I only do it once.
a place where someone has died. So Smoke is going to go up to the next door. I think there's one more.
Yes. Door and then
There's
One more.
the head.
Yep, cool.
The single
And once
range
again,
sensor,
it's
yeah,
going to
yeah.
attempt to stealthily just open it and just peer through.
Yeah, roll your stealth check.
Guess no one can help me with that, can
I'm just,
A single break or 10. No one follows that line of mending.
no.
Grand total of 6.
Yep, you start pushing once again. You hear
Give
the
me
grinding
guidance.
of stone doors. From inside, you hear some horrifying moaning, and as the door props open a bit, you see 6 human-looking figures with rotting flesh shambling about the dusty crypt.
Close the door! Close the door!
It reeks of death, and an
Why
open
don't
stone
I-
sarcophagus rests against the back wall. It's shattered with lying in pieces on the floor around it.
Well, I don't know where any of this is going on because it's pitch black. So,
I mean, you can hear it.
yeah.
As the door opens, you see these shambling humans turn with gaping jaws and dead eyes to look at you and start moving towards you.
I say, "Howdy, strangers!" And then I cast. I will attempt to shut the door.
Yep, strength check.
I will go see what is happening.
Yeah. Upon hearing the moaning, I'll
Strength is also
pop
one
out
of my
my
skills.
little.
That's a -1. 5.
5. You start pulling it, and they're getting closer and closer, and you feel a dead hand clutch at your hand, trying to pull it closed.
Okay, I'm just gonna touch my holy symbol and cast Turn Undead. Wait, we don't need that later.
That's why I've still got one.
You might.
That's true.
I'll slip my people.
The one grabbing your hand flinches backwards, but you see 3 others that aren't trying to run, climbing over the others to try and get to you.
Is the ground wet?
Not here. This is dry through here.
Yeah, I call out and say, "Dead! There's a lot of dead over here!
The
Help!
moaning, echoing down the
help!
corridor.
Can I rush over and grab the door and help try slam it shut?
Probably quite easily, probably something someone should be doing at this point.
That's what I do.
Well, I mean, I don't know why you're looking at me. My strength is 10.
Roll a strength check.
Mine's 8.
If I also go ahead, because I'm currently relying on you, so
That's a 3.
Oh my good lord.
that's a 7.
Holy crap.
I don't have the highest strength here, do I?
I think you do.
Hey, kid.
No, I do.
Thank God.
We got a wizard in the party, it's okay.
Okay.
Not that my character's aware of that.
2 at the door, or 3 at the door.
3 at the door.
Make deck saves.
I'm going over to the door.
That's me as well.
It's cocked. 17.
17.
5.
You take 4 points of necrotic damage. You take 2, you take 1. As you feel claws ripping into you and teeth gnashing at you. You're trying to pull this door closed in time.
Okay, now that I'm there, can I use the bandolier thing to cast Cloud of Daggers on the other side of the door?
Yep.
I have not looked up Cloud of Daggers, so I don't know how much damage that does, but I do know it's a deck save.
I think it might be 44.
1 million damage.
44. That's one more d4 than I have, thank you.
Yep, 44 slashing damage.
Yep, and there's a deck save on their part to see if they take that damage, I guess.
What's your save?
Well, mine is 12. I don't know if that's the items, but mine is 12.
What was your damage?
7 points of slashing damage.
So you just see this explosion of daggers behind. See whizzing daggers fly past the door. You see the chunks of mort flesh fall to the ground.
Gross.
But they're still coming towards you. So if you want to get the door closed, this is going to be the last round to do it first time.
Well,
I would like to cast Gust.
Yep.
Ooh.
Slam the door open.
Was that a ghast?
Hopefully there's only zombies, no ghasts. So I like the front one needs to make a strength save.
Which is a DC
15.
fails.
So it's pushed 5 feet back.
Yep.
Okay.
The entirety.
Try again.
Wow.
Because I can't see what's going on, so.
Yeah, I assume I've used my action within this moment to Cloud of Daggers, so...
My familiar will be giving me the help action by any hands that go to grab me. It's just gonna hit them away from my
I
hand.
think help action only works in combat.
No, it's like helping someone with any ability check or attack roll.
So is it proficient in it?
I don't know. I'm leaving it up to you. I'm leaving it up to you.
How's it proficient in sight,
Perception.
hearing, perception?
Yeah, perception. They have advantage on sight, hearing, and they're proficient with perception and stealth, I believe.
So they'd be able to assist with stealth or perception, being proficient, but anything that's not proficient sounds a help action from a
Perception
fighting
and stealth. No worries.
Yeah.
All good. Well, I'll still try to pull it
Yeah.
So if you're trying to fly with it,
shut.
yep.
By this point, not so much.
Yeah.
That's a 1. Well, it's a 2, but it's a 1.
Okay.
Actually, you know what?
So that was a 4.
For the fun of it, I'm just gonna use my first
True North.
turn off.
Oh
Yep.
boy.
Works for me.
So that's an 18.
You grab
Like
it.
suddenly,
It just seems to slide for a second. You're not sure why it picks up momentum. You notice there's a bit of rock that's been holding you. Just kick it out of the way and it pulls close. As it does, you see an undead arm reach through and just gets crushed and falls to the ground.
well, I don't see it because it's pitch black.
You all see it.
You hear it.
I hear it, but literally, I was
You
like,
hear a very wet flop on the ground in front of you at your
I
feet.
feel it.
ugh.
Incidentally, the cloud daggers are still there, so if they're bothering to keep clawing at that door, more damage for them.
Smoke is
They're all dead.
Smoke is going to pick up the undead arm
Yep.
and put it in his backpack.
You now have an undead arm in your backpack.
We have to hand it to him.
Why not?
Why?
Okay, boys.
He's building an army.
He said you have to hand it to him.
Look, he needs someone to be his right hand man.
Yes, I said it. Oh, we have to hand it to him.
Brilliant.
So, just
Thank you.
so over the course of the next, say, minute, the only sounds coming from the other side of the door is whirling and slashing and moaning and awfulness.
And
Because
do that.
nothing happens for a minute.
Do you want?
Well, I once heard it at a joke. It was part of at the Playhouse.
Shall we keep going?
The joke I took it from the
Yes.
play.
You take the lead.
Would it shock you terribly to hear that none of us have been to the theatre?
Excuse me. What are you doing with my children? You see a figure in black robes stepping down the corridor, following from where you came, glaring at you, not looking very happy.
Don't look
Is
at
it
me.
Is it a fair assumption that this is a cultist of some description?
I can't say it, though.
I'm just asking if it's a fair
Describe
assumption,
what I
considering that we're
Yeah.
in a lair or something.
It's a woman wearing a long black robe, but you can't see any discernible marks of any of the three dead gods.
That's unfortunate.
Who are your children?
The one you're killing behind the door here.
Oh no, we're just testing them to see if they're strong enough.
Who are you?
doing?
Smoke steps forward, prepared to say words.
Like usual.
Howdy, stranger. Your children were trying to eat us.
Yes, that's
We
what
do
they're meant to do.
not. We do not like to be eaten. Have you met our kind before?
You mean cat people?
Yes.
He may have also meant the living.
Cats. That too.
Yes, I've cut some up.
And did they want to be cut up?
Sarissa
Not up to them.
whispers in Smoke's ear. She means she cuts cats up.
You did what? Oh hell no!
One infection to shoot her in the chest.
The tip of my staff glows light.
Yep. You see a
Perhaps.
fairly withered-looking face, pale white. Obviously, hasn't seen sunlight for quite a while. Staring back at you with dead black eyes.
Oh, you look horrible. Perhaps you should.
This is no way to compliment a lady.
By horrible, I mean beautiful. But you should consider teaching your children some manners. We're not for
Parents should
eating.
have considered the same, breaking into where they live, attacking them in their home.
Out of curiosity.
You know what they say, killed the cat, right?
Oh yes, but satisfaction always brings it back. Or a healing spell. I would add that there are also cultists here down in your home.
Oh, I know.
Not going to do anything about those.
Oh, they provide me puppets.
Ah, puppets, I see.
Well, it is not like
Until they're destroyed.
For what purpose?
My art.
Oh, it's art!
On the plus side, there is a number of them further back up the corridor if you want to go.
So
check
what is the aim of this
aware.
art? What are you trying to communicate with it?
I think she means the art.
One who's learned. Good.
No, how disappointing.
I take a school of
I was
necromancy
only
as a...
possibly not
yes.
have to kill you.
And you're not associated with these cultists?
They are a means to an end. Nothing more.
Do you
I use
require
them
their ears?
sometimes.
I can appreciate that.
Their ears?
Yes.
No, I don't suppose so.
Oh good, more money for us.
We only are interested in them.
Very well, but you did kill my children.
Only 4 of them. We've killed many more cultists.
No, they're all dead.
Look, stranger. You say kill the children. I'm pretty sure they're already dead.
Well, it is such a limited way of looking at it.
It's pretty black and white as far as I'm concerned.
It's because you're seeing in the dark.
Yes.
Oh no, there's actually light at the moment. because I
Wait a
wasn't able to see.
I wanted to see how long it took you.
A long time.
Well, here's the thing. If we were to kill the rest of the cultists, how many more children would that provide you?
Enough. It's my time as well. I poured considerable hours into these ones.
Well, we can pour considerable hours into getting you more to, well, pay for the damages done.
It's not that hard to come across the dead.
Well,
It's really not
it
wrong.
definitely will not be. That
Well,
is
we
what we
already
are
have
doing.
some
We are making-
upstairs, so.
That's not what I want.
What is
What
it that
do
you
you-
want?
Oh.
Interesting dead, perhaps.
Interesting, you say. How so?
Those born of devils or beasts.
Any around here?
I must.
I see a couple.
Unfortunately, I
Well,
must.
they're not dead yet.
Oh, I could make short work of that.
Shit. You'd be surprised.
So,
You'd surprised.
based on her garments, can you tell how powerful she is?
I'll certainly try. Can I make an Arcana check to see if I can get a
Yeah,
sense of power?
can I get in on this?
Insight check, yeah.
And Smoke is going to bring up his
As-
Shield of Sanctuary.
I'll let you do it because you are
He's a wizard.
He's a wizard.
24.
24.
So I made an insight check, but the thing is, this was straight off the True North. I rolled a 3, so that's now technically a 17 plus like
The next one.
4, so that's technically 21.
She seems very confident. You notice that she is not doing the vocal component, but under her dark robe, you see her making the physical finger gestures to summon a fireball.
Oh!
I thought she was just going to flip us off.
Oh, she is.
I
Hard way.
can't cast quicker than her though. If she's already casting.
You think she's got a prepared action.
Wait,
She's not doing it yet, but she's doing the finger motions she needs to say the word and
Are
then.
you talking about counter?
Okay, so
Yeah.
now
Silence.
Yeah, alright. Oh, fine.
So I'm aware that if you prepare a spell, it's a spell slot.
Yep.
And you don't do anything in 6 seconds, you lose the spell.
It looks more like she's getting ready to prepare it. She's.
Yeah, Smoke cast silence at her.
Yep.
Yeah. Done.
Roll initiative.
Yeah.
Ooh, make it good.
Nice work.
Oh, yeah!
Yes.
That's right,
That's
on
right.
him.
I've got my shield of Sanctuary up in front, so I would have
Doesn't
shot
help
first.
again.
12.
Did you get a minus score?
Oh.
Or did you somehow get a minus score?
No, that's not. Thankfully that's not possible for me, but it's still only a 5.
What's the your wisdom save?
For the Shield of Sanctuary?
No, for silence.
Oh, no, just happened.
There is no saving throw against silence. It just happens.
Yeah, so it's a 20 foot sphere, but it's concentration.
Silence is the most brutal spell.
Where did you cast it?
I would have cast it at her, so probably, I'm assuming I know a bit about silence.
Yep.
So I would have cast it maybe slightly behind her.
Cool. So it's a
So-
20 foot radius.
Yes.
What was everyone's initiative?
What was it just +1? So 21.
Anyone between over 20 to start with?
21.
21.
Oh, I feel less impressed by myself.
15 to 20.
15.
15.
And it's got a 5 in it.
10 to 15.
12.
I'm guessing Raz goes last.
Oh, something different.
So she's midway through a sentence and she just goes silent. You see her scowl. You've got a action if you want.
How close are we to her?
About 15 feet away.
Okay, cool.
I'd probably closest down.
Oh, we're silenced too.
No, depends on
cast
where you.
I cast it behind.
Okay.
So it would get her.
She's casting. I'll cast magic missile. 8, 11, please. Damage.
Yeah, so you see the stars just shoot through into this black robes and explode underneath them.
Evil necromancers. And it can be such an honourable school. I then step 30 feet away from them.
Yep. So
How long's the corridor?
I don't know if you can actually.
Yeah.
Lost pages.
Okay, don't worry about it. I duck
I would say you could get about 15 feet away.
I duck into the mummy room.
You'd have to go past her to do
I was
that.
like, you
Oh,
can
she come from that direction.
Yeah, you can duck into the room right next to us.
You've got
The door's
10
closed.
feet behind you, and then it goes down the corridor, and she's about 15 feet ahead of you. You've
So
got
is
the
there-
zombie room? You could get you get half cover.
Is there anywhere I can get quarter cover, half cover?
Half cover down the alcove towards where the zombies were.
But they're behind the closed door.
Yes.
Also, apparently dead. as
Probably
well.
not if I've cast.
You also flat daggers.
Yeah,
In the
so
so it's like,
Yeah, so it's like.
I will just move
something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
I will move behind her.
It's a 5-foot wide corridor.
Okay, I can't then. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, just move back slightly.
You'd also
Give the fighter some
also
room.
be
10 feet
silent
away.
if you move behind them.
So you get 10 feet away back towards the other closed door.
Oh, I've got a whole familiar.
Might be an idea.
Hang on a minute.
Like
Familiar
Random
won't be, by the
idea.
way.
I say even the familiar goes before me.
So mine acts on my turn.
You see her twisting into a puff of smoke and just disappear.
It's different rules.
Yeah.
How?
Sarissa. She's turned into a smoke and just disappeared.
Is that my action?
Do I
No, you
recognize?
went first.
Do I recognize this as a certain
sure.
spell?
Sure.
Are you training Arcana?
Yes, I am.
Roll an Arcana check.
24.
Misty Step.
Misty Step. Alright, so I know she's going to reappear somewhere within 30 feet.
Yep.
Which she should have by now, if she hasn't. I'm going to hold my entire turn and till my familiar goes
Yep.
on initiative
I
8.
got 27 on Arcana. How did she cast Misty Step?
How'd she cast it?
Like, is she a sorcerer?
She is a
If it's an at-will spell.
Master of Souls.
I have no idea what that is.
Does it cost spells?
That's what I know. I put for 27, which is also a natural 20.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Yeah, that's all Smoker's got to say about that whole
You got 27 on Arcana?
Yeah.
She seems to have an amulet around her neck. You saw the chain. It could be some sort of amulet of spell storing, emergency.
Okay.
Misty
something
Step
that
verbal
triggers.
though?
Yeah, it's Fable only.
Sure is if you cast it as a spell.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
That's what I was trying to work out. Okay, cool.
Yeah, alright, fair enough.
Sarissa is holding action. Clara.
Holding it to initiative 8.
I'm also, I think, going to hold my action. Also, something I wanted to clarify. With silence, does Hold the Dead still work? Because technically,
If they're in the zone of silence, they can't make a sound, but you can send sound into the zone of silence, I believe.
Okay, cool. Good to know. I am also.
Rules is written, I don't think so actually. It's dead silent. There is no sound in or out.
But
Because the question is, but it's psychic.
Soul of Dead is not.
Actual
yeah,
sound.
Yeah,
It's
it's not
actually
actual sound, no, that's
You just
psychic.
use
So I just wanted to check
Yeah.
that. I am also going to head back towards the alcove and hold my action until she reappears.
Yep. Raz.
Neat. How dark is it in here? Light notwithstanding?
Without light, pitch black in here, it's underground.
but I did the light spell.
Yeah.
Yep.
Without light, it's just, yeah. dark.
You did. I'm going to go into the zone of silence where my footsteps aren't going to make sound and try to hide.
That's a fun idea.
I thought so. And then I rolled a 19.
So in the zone of silence, you walk forward, there's a door to the left that goes to where you found the mummy, and a cave into the right, which you think you could probably go into either quietly to get cover.
I'm gonna hide out in the cave then.
Yep. Cool. Al's initiative.
Alright. Which room was she next to?
She was next to the mummy room.
Next to the mummy room? And that's where you went?
No, I just moved back down.
Oh no, you're back in the zombie room.
No,
Alright.
down the corridor.
Me and the owl are going to act on the same initiative. We're both going to. It's going to first fly. We're both going to go to the mummy room that she was next to. The owl's going to fly in, and
The door's closed.
then I'm going to, if I can, I'll run forward and open the door.
That'd be your action to open the door.
Yep, I'll use my action to open the door.
Yep. You open it.
Yep.
That's about 25 feet of movement to get to the door and open.
Yep. She in there?
As your owl flies in and you open the door, it doesn't look like it.
Then my owl will sit on on my shoulder and on the back and keep an eye out for me, and it will telepathically let me know if something's about to attack me from behind. And I'm going to just close the door, and that'll be my turn.
Cool.
Cool. Well, given how she was talking about her children, Smoke is going to ready a guiding bolt, and
On what condition?
Under what condition? Yeah, if she shows up, if I see her face, I'm just gonna let rip. And
And you're back near the zombie.
the guiding bolt, not the fart guys. And then,
Since I
have some of the beans. So Smoke is going to move towards the alcove of the zombie room.
Yep.
And it's just got
Take some cover there.
yeah, it's just watching that door.
Which door? The zombie door?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Cool.
and just has got the guiding bolt ready just in case.
All right, Professor.
Well, off the 27 on a counter check, quick little mental calculation. Misty step is 30 feet, requires line of sight. We've explored this area. I have blind sight, so I know where she put her feet down. Where is she?
She is
Oh, yeah.
down the corridor to the right where the first small cave-in corridor was. With a very good line of sight, probably right down the corridor where everyone's standing.
I would be in an alcove, wouldn't I?
I'm also in
And
an
where a
alcove.
fireball hits.
Very
dicks.
I prepare magic missile at first level. If I see her, she's getting hit.
Yep. You'll know where she is, so as soon as she does her next action, you'll be able to.
Yes, so I can sort of preempt her slightly and hopefully hit her before she gets
That was
stuck.
concentration
I'd
check as
say
well.
so.
Mine.
I'm not like a mage slayer. or
Would be
anything like
cool.
that,
Yeah.
But she'll take 3 hits.
Yep. Which brings us back to her turn. So you do see her from that alcove step out, ready the fireball.
Do I see her?
Where are you?
I'm
30 feet down the corridor,
Yeah.
presumably.
With no dark vision, you've got light on your shield.
yeah.
Dim light to 30 feet.
Correct.
Yeah.
No.
No?
Not
Okay.
What about
No, it is not.
You're looking at the wrong door.
Excellent.
So
yeah, because I did say I was looking at the door.
Yeah.
my bunch of brilliantly bright stars fly hit her automatically for 13 damage.
Oh,
Magic missile.
Nice.
Love it. Force damage too.
Well, they're not like super bright, but they are still stars.
I'll probably see where those are hanging over here.
Sarissa, Raz,
Dicks.
the Professor, and where was Clara?
I was heading, remember I headed back towards like one of the alcoves. I think. For God's sake.
So everyone but Smoke needs to make a deck save.
Familiar's dead, by the way.
Yes.
There's no chance of that surviving. I'm going to use my reaction to absorb elements to half the damage. Sarissa will whip around, draw the sword, and as it does, half the flames will be absorbed into the blade.
That is like the worst roll. Like,
Her deck save is 17.
17.
I laugh because when I'm a DM, the stars roll nothing but jack trash.
Yeah,
11. Because I rolled a 9, so even if I flip it, it's only 11.
yeah.
So, I'm done for.
Yeah.
And I'm only at like 20 health. No, I'm only at 16 health, so I'm
So
probably
the
going
DC
down.
save
I will
this one?
remember y'all.
14. So did anyone roll under 14?
Pass.
Yeah.
I went higher than. Oh, yeah. Sorry. You went under.
Alright, so
Yeah,
under 14
under.
you take 28 points of fire damage.
I'm down.
Yep.
I'm up, I'm
Everyone
out.
takes 14.
Except for you.
I take 14, 7, resistant to fire, so I take 3 points of fire damage.
Nice.
And my next attack is empowered with 1d6 fire damage.
That is disgusting.
That was
Eldritch Knights!
that was.
Wizards also get it as well.
Wait, how much damage did you say?
Absorb elements, yeah, they get it.
Yeah.
14 if you saved.
Oh! That's convenient.
Why?
I'm also down.
I thought that was going somewhere else.
So we've been both blasted twice by fire.
Fun.
Like
Halfway.
half fine. Oh, half.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I'm still a wizard, but I saved.
Alright, so Sarissa,
Excellent. I would now know where she is. I'm gonna run after her.
what's your movement speed?
30 feet.
She is more than 30 feet away.
I moved down, went to the
Oh, you
alcove,
moved.
that was 25 feet.
Oh, you're right. You're
And
right.
then,
It's gonna stop me. That's it.
You're
yeah, oh
right.
yeah, I can get there anyway.
You're right.
She's 40 feet away.
Excellent. I'm going to. She's pissed me off now, so I'm going to move 10. I'm going to move 30 feet straight towards her, and as I'm running towards her, Sarissa, with the blade, reverses it, so it's now pommel first. She reaches forward with her left hand and casts a number of a single infernal rune in the air, which is going to be let's say it's going to be a sort of a shimmering, almost translucent room. She says a word in Infernal and then thrusts the pommel of the blade, which has a diamond piece in it that glows with this shadow energy, hits the rune and bursts forth a fist-size just ball of shadow that slams into her for chromatic orb.
She is around the corner from where you are.
Yep, I'll still make that attack roll.
Yep. Be higher.
Cover bonus, I'm assuming.
Yes.
Still, it's going to go for her. That's going to be an 18 to hit.
Yeah, it looks like you're getting ready to hit her, and she just weaves her hands, and a black blanket springs in front of her and
Cast shield, excellent.
disintegrates.
I'm then going to. That'll do me. I can't do anything. Bonus action. Nah, I'm good. That'll do me.
Could.
Yep. Clary.
That's saving throw. Here we go.
Correct.
Reaction's burned.
Hopefully you're in that.
That's a 15.
Cool.
So I'm fast.
Not in that 20, but better than under 10.
Yep. And thankfully we've already done the other roll for True North, so.
Raz.
That's it. Oh, wait, you're down, aren't you?
Correct, that's safe. Yeah.
When you're on 0.
I hit 0, yes.
Exactly what
Yeah,
you do
save.
to pass 0. If you hit 0, you're down stable. If you go lower than the threshold, you're death saving.
Oh, never mind then.
Yep, so you're down but stable.
Oh,
Yeah,
well then.
I'm kind of.
You got
You
it.
don't have to roll.
I'm
Sure,
kind
I
of
don't have to
crisping up
roll.
a bit.
But I also have no
Alright,
chance
so
to
I
get back up on my own.
attack or do I
Back to smoke.
heal?
Attack.
I'd say heal, but
You're looking at this door, you hear commotion down the other end of the hall.
Yep. Okay, does anyone have potions of any kind? Healing potions?
You've seen the professor pull one out.
Okay, I call out to Professor, look after Clary, and then I use feline agility to, how far away would I be from,
For you, you'd be
Probably.
I might not need it, is it?
Yeah, I'll say.
about 55 feet away.
Okay, cool.
From her.
Yep.
And
From the enemy.
you say she's around the
corner, yes.
the corner?
Yes.
Okay.
You wouldn't be able to see her, but from context, you'd probably be able to work out where she is fairly easily from the rest of the fight you can see.
Yep, cool. Well, I'm gonna dash up using feline agility to get up within, I guess, 10 feet. Hopefully, I can have
So
a line of
the-
sight within 10 feet.
You can see partial with partial cover, because she's still behind the wall.
That's reach.
If only everyone.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go an extra 5 feet then.
Yep, so you'd be just in front of Sarissa.
Yep. I'm gonna get up in her face, and I'm gonna guiding bolt is that? It's not. This is range.
That's a
isn't it?
range, so you're probably
Range,
better
sorry,
off not getting quite that close.
Can I get within 6 feet?
Yes. If you use your dash action, you can.
Leaping over cover,
Alright, 6
off
feet.
the wall.
And then I'm just gonna say, leave my partners alone, and then guiding bolt.
Can you do
at the line.
dash as a bonus action?
Feline's agility.
Feline agility doubles.
And I won't be able to use it again until I use
so
0 movement within a turn.
Yes, for the guiding bolt.
Yeah.
It's like if someone threw a cucumber next to it.
Say
Dash back.
prayers.
Plus. Oh, that's a single digit. Oh no, bad luck.
Yeah, nah.
Does it 10 hit?
No, you cast it and you see this blanket of black energy swirling around, it just absorbs the energy. Looks like a strange version of shield you've seen before.
As a bonus action, can I plead with her to just be nice?
It fails.
Okay. Not with, even
But feel free to act it out.
Yeah, so pleading is also a free action, as it turns out.
okay, I'm on my knees. I've got my hands up.
Get your shield up.
I've got my shield. I've got one hand up. I've got my shield. Look, there's still hope for you. Do not turn over to the dark side. There's still light within you. I'm hoping that makes a difference. But
Alright. Roll persuasion. Go on.
with a plus
It's
7.
not about to run off, but it might affect something.
She'll attack me, not you.
17.
Cool. Professor,
How close is Lady Clarimont?
where were you?
I don't know.
You were
I backed up slightly.
Zombie alcove.
Okay, where was
Oh, yeah.
Larry? She was in the.
I was
you'd be
like-
pretty close.
Yeah, we were close.
Yeah, you'd probably be about 15 feet away.
And I turn, Lady Carmen. Hey, give me a healing potion. So, 6 hit points.
6. Alright.
0.
And I only have 1. Sorry.
That's all
I can give you like the last drip, I suppose.
Like, it'll be fine.
I will then finish my movement. No, that's thinking too tactically. He will then stand over Clary,
Yep.
forgetting she'll probably just fireballs. Probably.
Cool.
Depends how many spell slots she has.
Does that count? That's an action, is it? Potions. For
Potions.
someone else.
Yeah, to give someone else an action, yeah.
Yep. You drop your knees and start playing. She looks at you with cold, dead eyes, then looks up at Sarissa.
I'm doing
Grins devilishly at her.
Well, at least she's not interested in me because I'm a human.
No.
I'm not interesting enough of a corpse, but
Yeah, I'm doing Puss in Boots eyes. Antonio Banderas Puss in Boots eyes, looking up.
Henny finally dropped. It took a minute.
Oh, man.
What's your AC?
Mine.
No. Sarissa's?
Sarissa's is 18 currently.
18. 24 to hit.
24, yeah, that'll hit.
How much health?
31.
I was like, what's the risk?
I use shield instead of fireball.
It's better dying.
Luckily, my dying has already been spared.
You take 15 points of necrotic damage. And make a con save for me.
Con save?
Yeah,
Proficiency.
DC 14.
DC 14. Natural 20.
You pass, you feel a sickness washing over you, and you feel death from inside. But you push back and manage to not let it take hold.
Was that a... Would Sarissa notice that as a blight spell?
No, it was not a blight spell.
Damn.
Well, you'd be dead either way.
Oh, yeah.
I've got a whip.
I've got health.
I've had a whip all this time. Thought whip.
Oh, he's not Corbin. Okay. That's... Yeah.
If you can't make your own, Stallboard is fine.
Back to Sarissa.
Excellent. So, she's 10 feet away from me, yeah?
Yeah, just around the corner.
Excellent. I'm gonna rush in so she's no longer around the corner because I'm in the same room as her.
Yeah, well, it's a little alcove, but yeah, you can get in line.
Excellent. I'm gonna pull. I've already got the dagger. I've already got the rapier out. So what I'm going to do is let's go straight for a stab attack with the rapier.
Yeah.
21 to hit.
That hits.
She takes 7 points of piercing damage.
Yeah.
Bonus action, she's going to reach back, grab the whip, and just whip it, do it, like hold it halfway up the length, and just whip across her.
That's the chain whip?
No, it's my whip.
Actual whip?
Yeah, an actual whip. I'm not using those yet.
Yet.
So yeah, just an actual whip. That's going to be a 15 to hit.
That will not hit.
Alright. Yep, but now I have both out. And that will... I'm gonna go past her, so I'm still in a combat range, but to try and block the other side off, so she's stuck between us, stuck between me and the rest of the party.
Yep. Larry, you wake up.
Okay.
And I'm there going, lady, Raz needs your help.
Right, of course. I'm going to run up and cast Cure Wounds on Raz.
Oh, brilliant.
So that'll be D8, if I can find it, because it's hiding from me right now.
How far ahead were you? You were near the sarcophagus door, weren't you?
Yes, other side of it in the cave-in spot.
Yeah.
Yep, alright.
I was like, hopefully she's
I'm
close.
sorry, that's a 4. I rolled a 1.
Yeah, I figured.
Apologies. I'm not being a good healer today.
At a certain point.
Yeah.
Alright, and then...
I've gotten used to it at this point anyway.
Yeah, I don't have any line of sight. Like, how far back am I from...
From where you are, about 40 feet away from where the action is.
I'm gonna move back again.
So you move 15 feet in, 15 feet back, so back where the professor is, near the end of the room?
Yeah.
Yep.
Just trying to kind of...
Raz, you come to.
Awaken suddenly.
See Clary running down the hallway.
He was like face down in the dirt. It's just like,
Yeah, just like touch his shoulder. Okay, now I'm going.
You see about 40 feet away, flashing of magics and swords.
People are engaged.
fuck all kinds of that. Stab her. Oh, if I thought that would work, I totally would. So I'm just gonna.
Advantage because people are engaged.
I probably would not.
You miss 100% of the sneak attacks you don't stab.
It's true. Ranged stab her.
Right.
Dagger throw.
Let's face it. At this point, I miss most of the sneak attacks that I do try to stab. So I'm just gonna use. I'm just gonna use my action to dash so that I can be sort of within range to maybe do something. But I'm also gonna use my bonus action to try and hide.
Yep.
God damn it. Why is it always the worst? 14.
Yep, you just duck into another side corridor that's caved in.
Sure.
You feel like you're not really got enough room to hide properly here.
Yeah, I think.
But also, she looks fairly distracted at the moment.
Good. Maybe.
Alright, Smoke.
Okay, cool. What I would like to do, tell me if it works or will work or not. I'd like to use Thorn Whip in an attempt to tie her hands together.
As a grapple check. I
If
think
that's what it is.
It's meant to draw someone 10 feet towards you, I believe.
Yes.
I'll let you give it a try. It's going to be really high DC to do it.
Alright. Yeah, I'm gonna give it a crack.
DC 25 dex check or acrobatics or athletics.
DC 25. And I just said I was gonna give it a crack, didn't I, after you saying
Nat 20. Nat 20. Nat 20. Nat 20. Nat 20. Nat 20. Nat 20.
If I can't roll them, you may as well.
Because literally it's only in that 20 that would do it.
Yeah.
And even then.
Oh, I said I was already gonna do it, so I'll just do it.
Yeah, commit.
I'll give you a chance, but it's unlikely to happen. It's not how it's intended.
That's a nat 10.
You know what? Close enough.
I got halfway there.
It's true.
Seeing how I'm within 6 feet,
It's like,
then I'm not in melee with it. So I'm gonna wait. Who else is in that?
Sarissa just stepped past. She's in between the two of you.
Yeah, I'm still engaged.
I'm somewhere around.
You're about half. You're probably about 15 feet back down the corridor, down a small passage.
I did walk towards them.
Yeah.
I didn't specify that.
So about 15 feet away from the action. So that would be the distance you would have made, 30 feet.
Yeah.
If you're dashing, you could be right on top of them, but you're not going to hide very well.
Yeah. Well, I'll take that.
Okay. Well, I think, and health-wise, not good.
About less than half an hour, but just.
All right. Well, then
She's barely bloodied.
I'm gonna stay there in the hopes that maybe I'll distract her or give her another target.
Yeah.
So I will stay there. Oh no! I'll get back down on my knees, and I'm gonna go with the cat eyes again and just see if it
With
works.
disadvantage.
Yeah, fair enough.
oh, now you get the nat 20.
That's a 10,
She seems far less impressed this time.
but still impressed. Okay.
Tiniest of bits.
I mean, you've got the big cat eyes going. It's hard not to.
Just
do it.
like, why would I do that? Just like.
Professor.
The silence spell's still up, isn't it?
Yes.
I move.
Silence.
Smoke.
Did you get hit by the fireball?
No.
He was the only one who didn't.
Yeah. So yeah, that
Can you
should be
move
active
the silent
unless you.
spell or is it only in one spot?
I don't think I can move it.
You can recast it if you get the spell
Just
slot.
move
That's
it
it.
into it.
I'm going to move before the silence spell because I don't think I have enough movement to move to the other side of it.
No, you wouldn't.
And she does. I don't have line of sight on it.
No, not with 3 of your friends pinning her down a cat alcove, basically.
Can I see it?
Roll a perception check.
Nope.
No.
I'm gonna. I prep Eldritch Blast in case she does get clear.
Yep.
Eldritch Blast, you say?
Those are wizard spells, isn't it?
It's a warlock spell.
I'll say it's
warlock
not.
exclusive.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just so used to being able to cast like every cantrip.
That's all the dead is also wizard.
That's all it
You want
is,
that?
yeah.
TTDs, wizards.
Fireball seems to work for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Can't go wrong with 2d10.
No. Really can't.
What's your AC?
Mine currently 18.
18.
Now, don't tell them the attack value this time.
No, tell me the attack value because there are 2 separate things I can do to boost my AC.
Good lord.
Right. The first one, if it was 19, and it was a 24 and a 25.
Well,
And cheap.
the first one, Sarissa is going to use her reaction to use her defensive duelist feat. She just brings the blade in between and flicks it up, parrying. If it was a melee attack. The other ones, she can't do anything about.
Yep. Alright, so.
You have shield, don't you?
23 and 24. 23 will still overcome my
So you
AC.
see her cast a spell that you know is Scorching Ray. I'm thinking it's not going to
Oh,
be much being fired.
that's a scorching ray?
Yes.
I can't parry that. They all hit.
Okay.
Yeah.
In that case.
It's also fire.
Which
So,
I
you know,
resisted
I was
against.
like, yeah, bully for you.
If you cast Absorb Elements, does that count for all of them?
No, it counts against a single fire attack. A single
So you see
source of fire
her
damage.
hands flame. She fires 3 bolts of fiery energy at you, but before they hit, they twist into black smoke, pummeling into you with necrotic damage, doing 20 points.
Oh!
That was rude.
Necromancers have grave magic and can turn anything into necrotic.
Oh, that was rude.
That'd do it.
Sorry.
Yeah, Cerissa's down.
I love that. It's so rude.
Yeah. I only have one first level.
-4.
Second, can you? Because
Yeah, no.
Does that give me a better line of sight on it?
She's still down the corridor. You see Sarissa drop. Actually, how much HP did you have?
16.
Yeah, cool. So all 3 rays would have hit you to
Yeah.
drop you. Which brings us to Sarissa, death save.
12. Pass.
Yep, pass.
It is not 10 or better.
oh, I'm trying to think because
Damage.
I've kind of moved back out of the way because I am very, very low on health.
Oh, are you now?
I'm on 6.
I'm on 4.
Yeah,
How
but
negative that? Exactly.
There's no way for me to get to you and actually do something.
Yeah.
Because the thing is, at this point, I think I'm probably better off kind of hanging back, and then because like from this distance, I wouldn't be able to see. How far back am I from her?
Well, you retreat, you'd be about 50 to 60 feet away.
This is 50. As long as I'm under 60, I'm
But you're also
okay.
in darkness other than the occasional flash of magic.
I've got my shield up.
Not
so-
within 60 feet, don't you?
Yeah. But basically, it's. This is so hard because it's like
You just
if
see a pitch black corridor with the occasional flash of magic.
because if I go up, I'm
do
just
have
gonna
my
get
lights
down
on.
again.
Sorry?
I still do have a light spell.
That's 30 feet, then that's about 50
Yeah,
feet away.
but it's like if I go up, I'm probably either gonna get down and I can't reach far enough to be able to even healing word probably because you're around the corner, aren't you?
And if you move 30
Oh no, I'm in
silence.
I'm in the corridor. I
Oh,
was
you're in the
specifically in the corridor to block the necromancer.
Yeah.
Right.
On the
Yeah,
other side
so-
of the corridor, down towards where the water gave way to the dry.
right.
staircase.
God.
But you can't see any of that at this point, and
No,
if you move
I think-
forward, you'll probably end up in zone of silence unless you dash past it. You might make it past.
Yeah, I think I'm actually just gonna hang back for now and hold my action in case something comes this way.
Yep. Raz.
Right, we're gonna make a terrible decision here.
That's what you
Say it again. Jinx the jinx.
I mean, I'll say it's still gonna be a terrible decision whether I say it again or not.
There we go.
But a terrible decision is better than no decision.
Got a point. Agreed. Agreed. Okay. Yeah. She's probably really smart, isn't she? Yeah, she is. Alright.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Yes.
Yeah. I would imagine so.
Reasonably smart.
Necromancer.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to run and stab with rapier. Do I have advantage on this attack on account of being hidden?
You didn't try and hide last time, did you?
I did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What'd you roll?
14.
Let's find out. Yes.
Brilliant. Excellent.
Yay.
Stab this
And,
bitch.
yeah,
it's
and
quite
with
good.
and with random dice that I picked out of that orange box, so hopefully, hopefully they're not cursed. No, they are. No, they are. That's 13.
13?
Yeah.
Hits now.
What?
We'll get now.
Yeah, true.
Oh, wow. I'm shocked.
Had to
D8.
get up, which boosts your AC by 5.
Indeed. Well, a D8 plus 2d6 of what's his face damage for her, and actually, because I can cast it on the attack, can I cast Booming Blade as well? Which means if she tries to move, she takes a D8 thunder damage. Is that all?
Booming Blade is an action, and then you
No,
make
it's
attack
not-
as part of it.
If you do
Yes.
a bonus action attack, you can.
I'm gonna read Booming Blade again because
I'll bring it up. So
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you cast the spell and then attack as part of the action.
In any case,
We'll say yes.
But yeah.
we'll say yes.
Yeah.
Cool. That's lots. 18 points of damage.
Not bad.
It's pretty good for my first damage of the night. Yeah, I'm gonna call that pretty good.
Yeah.
And if we're saying that Booming Blade works, then she's surrounded by what is effectively, for those who can see in the dark, is a visible sonic boom that's just surrounding her form.
So that stops her from moving.
It doesn't stop her
Doesn't
from
stop her
moving,
from doing anything.
but she does take a D8 of thunder damage if she tries to move.
She has no choice as she slumps dead to the ground.
Oh, okay.
That's the damage.
Excellent.
Hey.
3 more thunder damage to her.
So you rush in, stabbing her, and you just see her explode out into shadow. And as she drops, the thunderous wave explodes from
I
her.
just hear that. I'm like, is everyone okay?
Should I preemptively make another death save? Fail.
And you hear Raz from across the corridor just like, fucking filing!
Alright, I'm
So
just
he's
gonna
just
dash
gonna
over.
cast Spare the Dying.
Yep.
Spare the Dying.
Sweet.
So,
I will not roll anymore.
yeah, please don't.
Cease your rolling.
Also, as a note, Booming Blade is as part of the action used to cast this spell. You must make a melee attack.
yes. Okay.
So down the end, you see the lights from the other end of the corridor stop.
Yeah, I'm just gonna dash up with my shield up with a light and just have a look at the carnage. See Sarissa on the ground, and yeah, I'm gonna use my final first level slot for Cure Wounds.
Yep.
I'm gonna have a look at this corpse. Does it seem
That'd be
like
7.
a shadow's gonna form from it?
Doesn't seem to.
Yeah. I am.
It's not giving you the same arcane energy the other ones.
I'm gonna have some spells. I've got 1 second left, so
Since you're the first one that you're investigating, do you remember that pendant?
What pen? No pen in my pocket.
That one.
In any case, I'm losing anything else she has.
That's
She has nothing other than her basic robe. She's got a small dagger on her hip, which she never bothered to use.
Take it.
sounds an interesting
hang on.
way of putting it.
261.
Smoke offers a.
Actually, under the right side of her robes, you do find a silver skull flail.
Oh, another one!
Or the silver skull.
I got 2 of those now.
some
Are
people
there
warm
any
silver skull flowers in their mouth.
Yeah, are there any crystal skulls while we're at it?
There are not.
Oh,
Or kingdoms.
Smoke offers a hand to Sarissa, helps
She'll
her
take it.
stand up, and says, "Not today, partner. Not today."
Oh, thank you, handsome. And she'll get up onto her feet. Well, there goes my eyes and ears.
I'm looking around. We are severely injured. How far do we push this?
I have been worse.
I mean, we've taken out some cultists. We may actually be better off coming back
I mean-
another time.
Give me a short break and I'll be on my feet well enough.
I'm about out.
The horrifically burned Raz is just
Yeah,
like.
same. Like I heard the hair, like the braids, like come out and just slightly scorched at the
Sarissa
end.
just looks at everyone who's scorched and chuckles to herself.
Is Raz burnt or is it just like smoke mixed in the air?
Well, I mean, I imagine he would be burnt mostly just from like the multiple fire effects that he's had, but also because
And
wind is
armor?
but also because wind is constantly at him. Like occasionally his hair just like lights up slightly more.
80s, yes. Is your hair up?
Oh god, but yeah, God is like the front of his armor is like badly scorched as well. The clothes underneath are probably gone at this point.
Yep.
Well,
Like at least the shirt just
Yeah, like her
chest plate
cloak's
left.
just like almost in tatters,
Yeah.
like just gone. I'm like, at this point, we may be best cutting our losses, well, actually cutting our gains and ears and coming back again to finish it off.
We've also made a lot of noise.
Yeah.
Can't be super quiet.
No, we haven't.
Stealthy.
I'm happy either way. We can hold up. We can. I do not like the idea of leaving this place though, because if we leave and we rest, there is a chance that everyone will just fuck off.
Raz puts his hands on her shoulder and just goes, "But if we stay, everybody dies but me. That's how it goes." We can always just barricade ourselves in one of these rooms.
Or we could, from what I understand, there's only one entrance here. We could create a barrier there and withdraw behind it and rest in the spa.
J-Buzz.
That could work.
I'm not
find it
sure
could
that
definitely
they
use a bath.
necessarily.
I find it reasonably likely that a weird cave cultist lair is going to have a back door of some description.
I mean, you do have that point.
You have the experience here.
Yeah, sort of.
Oh yeah.
I'd say so. I mean, you're the one who's probably done the most dungeoneering. I mean, I mostly spend time sort of wandering as opposed to actively adventuring.
1,000 yards stare. So, I'm sorry, what?
Look, either we barricade ourselves in somewhere and take a rest, or we head back out and come back another time. In either case, we've got already quite a few. How many ears have we got so far?
How many cultists have we actually killed?
Let's have a look.
It was 3 in the bathhouse proper.
Can you write down the number of ears in your
I actually had not 4 more as we went down.
I didn't take notes of this because I thought you
I think we've killed 7.
Yeah, 7 sounds about right.
Can we just roll a d12? So that's
No, because you only roll 2.
7 pairs of ears is 14. Oh, and that other cultist that we killed before we even came down here gives
Yeah.
us 16 ears total.
And there's pirates.
And then the necromancer.
And the pirates.
Did we cut their ears off?
You did.
You're all,
So that'd be an extra 8 pairs of ears.
you're all sick and twisted.
So another 8 pairs of
Oh
ears.
no, I'm not counting this out loud.
Yeah, because there are 8 pirates.
Yeah, that's 32 ears.
Can I make a insight or religion, ideally, check? Just get an idea. Have we killed the leadership of this cult? Have we killed like all of them? Do we,
Yeah, I'll let you roll religion.
like, have we killed like
Religion?
one head bow guy, but not like the other ones ordained or something? Nope.
Aw.
It's very hard to tell.
You know what? Just because we're possibly going to be resting anyway, I'm just going to true north that into an 18, which will turn that into a 22.
For
Religion.
what are you trying to say?
Yeah.
The same
similar
thing he was.
Same
Do you
thing.
think we've gotten them all? I must admit, I'm not as familiar with cults in practice.
You think you've probably killed one of the generals, but you certainly haven't found the people running the place yet.
Yeah, so we've certainly killed some of the higher ups, but there's definitely more to go.
There's also the matter of those spectres that have been coming out of people, of which we've run across precisely none.
Well, they're going to be going somewhere, and I'm assuming...
And they went specifically down. So if we're going further down, whatever happens, we definitely need to rest.
I am severely injured, exhausted, and I'm nearly spent spell-wise.
This is already a more responsible conversation than any of my previous adventuring parties.
Yes. And I have a feeling if you push on, you'll be walking out alone.
Yeah. That usually happens.
Yeah, from...
Well, I can say that
Learn from
if I sit down and rest for an hour, I should be good to go on my feet, but I can't say the same for the rest of them.
We need a few more
Definitely
hours than
not for
that.
me.
I have 1 hit dice left.
Oh,
I haven't spent any of mine, but
I have a hit die left.
Also, as a note, you guys would see the wounds that Sarissa has received. You would just notice, if you're close enough to her, the faintest sound of chains rattling. And if those of you with dark vision would probably see, oh, you've got the light spell.
I've got my.
So yeah, you'd all see it. The chains around her arms and around her neck seem to just pour forth more chains that go and surround and wrap around the wounds and start to seal them up.
I decided to make a perception check, but because of True North, that 20's turned into a 1, so I don't notice any of this. That's fine.
Also, it's probably still dark.
Yeah. And like, if we got my shield up, I'm looking in a different direction.
She wasn't burned at all, by the way. Like, there was no burn wounds. It's mostly just the necrotic.
we know.
It's just the necrotic wounds. The chains seem to just go over them, and as they sort of recede back after about 10 minutes, the wound is gone.
Well, partner, perhaps you look like you could serve as a mighty fine guard while the rest of us had a long rest.
Oh, I mean, I would not say no. I would not object to a long rest, though, because I am much the same as your academic fellow.
If I stand here, we can take watch.
I'm happy to take first watch.
Does anyone? You said you've wandered and stuff. Do you have traps we can set, caltrops, things like that? I've heard of clever people doing things like that. Pinning
No.
doors.
I'm a cleric. And I might be an unconventional one, but I'm still a cleric, no.
I have a spell of alarm.
Yes.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I can cast that as well.
Yeah. Well, alright, you set it at one end of the corridor, I'll set it at the other, and we'll stone door up one of these sarcophagus rooms.
I like that.
I presume, of course, they're big enough for
If we close all the
5
doors,
bedrolls.
and the
Not bedrolls,
cultists
but you
normally
can find a way.
steer clear of this mother.
Exactly. Do you want to perhaps go into the zombie room?
I'd rather
For the
not
zombies?
sleep with the undead, thank you. Well, I mean, as many undead.
As familiar with the dead as I am, I'd rather not get that close to them, thank you very much.
Well, the reason being that if the cultists are to not want to disturb this mother, then that would be the room they would avoid. The others, I'm not so sure.
That's a fair point.
There's 2 other zombie rooms.
That is unfortunate.
No,
Very good point.
one was a sarcophagus and
And
one
it was
was a false
empty, it was
bottom.
looted.
And one was.
You're right.
You're
I
right.
would say that the zombie room would be the safest choice.
I hate it so much.
We may be able to clean it up somewhat with
If
prestidigitation.
anything, also, we somewhat barricade the door with the undead. Won't help much, but at least the crunching sound may alarm them
It is.
and wake us up if something happens.
Perhaps we let the undead out as a
No, they're all dead.
defense.
They're all dead.
They're all dead.
Apparently, they're all
Cloud
dead.
Dragon was being
Everybody's
exploded
dead,
on the door.
Oh,
They got blended.
glad I wasn't in there to see that.
So we've got zombie shards. It's less bodies. So
Yeah.
I guess we pile them up against the door.
Yeah.
You're welcome to do that if you would like.
All right.
Sounds like we have a plan.
Partner.
Well,
So we go and rest in the zombie room.
Oh,
shall we?
Yes.
I say that we set up a watch. I'm happy to take the first one.
Please do.
I cast alarm in the corridor.
I cast alarm at the other end of the corridor. We should probably figure out which ends those are. Lest we need to flip a coin later to see who gets woken up.
Sure, we can flip a coin later.
Yep, you set up, barricade the door and rest.
That seems an idea, yeah.
I'll take first watch. Who wants next?
I'll take second.
I'll take third, I guess.
Cool. I'll go fourth.
And that's all the things we need for a long rest.
Alright, in order, roll your perception checks.
Cool.
14 for me.
17.
Second watch.
I was second watch, 16.
Third watch.
That would be. Perception, that would be 16.
You just get sleep on that.
Yep. Everything seems fairly quiet. During your watch, you just the corner of your hearing catches something, and you listen intently, moving to the door. Very, very faint sound of the occasional sob. And it just disappears into the silence again, and then every now and then it'll just break out again.
Neither alarm went off.
Could be
That's terrifying.
Could be the spectre.
I'll cast Unseen 7 at the start of the night, and it will clean this room.
Yep. It's a
I'm
very neat pile of body parts in one corner.
just going
ordered
to
and
just stay
allocated.
quiet and stay by the door and just listen out. And if it gets any louder or closer or anything, then I'll wake the others up. But otherwise, I'll just.
Doesn't get louder or closer, just every now and then we'll start again and stop.
Okay. I'll let whoever's up next to watch know about that.
Which is Smoke, who also rolled high enough to hear that.
Yeah.
So you hear her sobbing every now and then break through the silence, very quietly in the distance.
I feel sad. Is it? Do I know like if it's like? Can I perceive if it's like female, male?
It sounds like a human woman.
Okay. Was the woman that we killed human?
Yes?
The necromancer you mean?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Okay.
Uh-huh.
What was she using for sight?
Eyeballs.
Fireballs.
I just.
Eyeballs.
No,
I just,
Fireballs.
I just say a prayer. I just say a prayer.
Yep.
Prayer for her.
I'd also like to make an Arcana check on this pendant.
Oh, of course, yes.
Keep hoping. Hopefully, my 27 earlier helps me a bit. 19.
Wait, you got
A
27.
spell story.
How does it function?
You cast a spell up to a third level into it until it's cast again.
Nice.
I put a whole person in it before I rest.
Yep.
Do I have to attune?
You will, yes.
Yeah, I'll switch into it.
Yep.
just that's my best spell I have left.
Yeah, makes sense. Alrighty.
Yeah, so when you cast it, you just have to touch the pendant and focus, and the spell will manifest.
Fancy. Yeah, anything else of note happen throughout the night?
No,
Or throughout the whatever it is at this point?
your alarms don't go off during the long rest.
Sweet.
Cool.
Which means very little.
Means you get spell slots.
It does.
Yay.
It's true.
Spell slots and health. Without spending hit die.
Yes.
Not only that, getting back hit die. How many is that again?
I didn't take I did not take a short rest.
Like half the hit die?
Half
I was doing
half your maximum hit.
I literally didn't need to do anything with my
what I
short
probably
rest.
would have done during my rest, during my watch for
Yeah.
the first hour, is I probably would have cast Find Familiar to get my familiar back. I
yeah,
had
of
one more spell slot, so.
So what components is that, money-wise?
Money-wise, I don't think it costs. I think it actually
It costs something.
Pieces
yeah.
worth of incense?
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
It's something.
She would
at
have.
some point you'd run out of that.
Yeah. I'd say that she'd have enough to do it probably 3 times, being that she's noble. So.
Sure.
Well, she's
Checks
rich.
out.
She's baller. She is.
I mean, I've just been like, yeah, I'm gambling with money.
Yeah. What else?
I'm just saving up for a mana, so you know.
So you don't really.
You're paying for that in clout.
Yeah.
Oh, no, that's right.
10 gold pieces worth. She'd have
10 golds?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
If it's like 100, then she'd only take like two things, 3 things.
So it passes, everyone's rested.
And we're not dead anymore.
Just in case anyone didn't notice, I heard someone occasionally sobbing outside. Sounded like a woman.
Oh,
Didn't ever
that might be
come.
me.
Didn't ever come that close or anything. I just occasionally heard it. So
So it might be the woman that we killed outside.
potentially, I'm uncertain, but just keep an eye out or an ear out as well. I guess.
You are the sneaky one, are you not?
Supposedly.
Sure.
Do you want to go out and check for us?
I mean, if you want to do the scout, I'll give you blessing of the trickster.
Yeah, sure. Let's do that thing. With hopefully non-cursed dice. I'm going to try to stealth
It
it.
is a good dice. I'm just going to hold it. I got this dice given to me by Cody on a birthday cake. And it was under a dragon miniature with like all these like sparkly
Let's
dice.
go.
Oh, yeah.
Hell.
And like
Brilliant.
candy rocks.
Yep, spray
like-
paint gold, painstakingly with edible spray paint.
Yeah.
And sorts of like, but it kind of worked.
In any case, I'm sneaking out of that door and into the corridor and seeing what's out there. Ah! Ooh, nice. 21.
You go out there, it's exactly how you left it. Your alarm hasn't triggered, you figured it would be this way.
Yep.
You sort of pause while listening out for what you know are sobs, and they seem to be coming from the door you didn't go through. The one at the end of the corridor.
Oh, right.
Oh.
That'll make sense. Is that door locked by chance?
You're going up and trying to open it?
I'm gonna I'm gonna curiously poke at it, see if it moves at all.
As you poke a door, it doesn't.
Cool.
You probably have to turn the handle.
That would make sense, wouldn't it? Alright, I'm going to back off from the door. I'm going to back off at least 30 feet from the door.
Maybe
In
it
fact-
might come out.
Yeah, I'll
on
say,
you.
yeah, I'm just going to like straight up go back into the room we slept in, cast Mage Hand, and open that door.
Yep.
With Mage Hand. From yonks away.
Door swings open.
Cool.
What do we see?
Nothing. He's scouting.
Oh yeah. I was at this point like poking my head down, but
You
also
see a
it's
door
black.
open and nothing else.
So I see nothing.
Okay, yeah. So nothing's gone off, nothing's exploded.
No.
Brilliant. That's. I'll inform them that something seems to be coming from the door that we haven't gone through yet. And then go investigate.
Yep, so you step in.
Stealthily.
Yep. So the walls of this floor and room are covered with streaks and splashes of dried blood. 2 dangling bodies are shackled to the east and south walls. One is an elderly male human, the other a young female tiefling. Both are covered in bloody gashes and neither is moving. In the middle of the room, there is a sturdy wooden chair with a bloody whip draped over it. Hey, look, a whip! A whip. It's in the book, I can't take it back. A bucket half filled with salt sits on the floor nearby. You immediately recognise this is a torture chamber.
Yeah, I don't know about the whip yet, so.
Well, I mean, look, the amount of salt in there is about the amount of salt in me, so it's fine. It's great. This is good. I'm going to pilfer the whip for smoke.
You now have a whip
and then
that's covered in dried blood.
Awful. I'm going to then retreat from said room.
Sarissa will meet
Is
you at the
the
door.
I'll say, is the sobbing any louder in here particularly?
At the moment, it's gone silent. Looking in here, you'd assume it's coming from a tiefling chained to the wall. She's unconscious at the moment.
Oh, that makes sense, wouldn't it?
Tortured all
You
night.
don't think.
It took me a minute. Look, he said not moving. I assume dead. I assume dead of everybody.
Whenever they don't move.
Yeah, exactly.
Smoke or
It's like automatic permanence almost.
Yeah, exactly. It's like people are
Or
asleep.
lack thereof.
It's like people are asleep. The only way I know they're asleep is that their chest is rising and falling. Beyond that, they're dead.
smoke drawn by the sobbing.
Yeah, Sarissa will go in.
Makes his way in and
Guided by you.
spare the dying.
Yep.
Cast it on Worth.
Like you all get in there, like as Raz is grabbing the whip. He's
Make
like,
a medicine check.
That's a lot better. That's probably unnatural 20.
The human male is very obviously dead and has been for some time.
Totally dead is dead.
On the tiefling, her breathing sort of becomes a bit more stable as she's chained to the wall, but she's still unconscious.
I mean,
Because
it's healing and necromancy. It's just a matter of timing. So.
Are there any keys around the place to unlock these shackles, or?
There aren't any keys here. The shackles don't look that impossible to break. You just figure you'd have to get in there and hit them quite hard.
Any way to pick them?
Yes.
yes, brilliant. Let's get that.
Raz,
Let's get
we
that
have a
crack.
job for you. Get this one down.
I'll sort of throw the whip at Smoke as well. Just like,
I'll create
found a toy for you.
light so I can actually see what's going on.
that was me improvising catching the whip.
Yeah.
For those playing at home.
They were an old-fashioned train pulling the steam horn.
It's a heist.
We have been in that scenario too.
Whilst they're getting the tiefling down, I would like to take off the hat,
Go on.
remembering that I had scooped up, 10. Well, actually, okay. And knowing that it's got water in there, I'd like to dip the whip into the hat and then pull it out, attempting to clean it.
You'll describe it a bit, but it would work eventually. The dry blood would come off.
Yeah, cool. And I put
So
the
you now
hat
have bloody water in your hat.
Sleight of hand check to pick the locks.
19.
Yeah.
First one unlocks. Her left hand falls down limply.
I think somebody should probably be ready to catch this one.
I've got it. Don't worry. Sarissa will prop her up.
Next, alright, that one.
Yep.
Cool. Is 24.
Yep. That one clicks open and her body slumps down.
Yep. Does she have,
Yeah, I'll catch her and keep her propped up.
Yep. Does she have leg
Arm over
manacles
the shoulder.
Nope. She's
Cool.
hanging by her arms.
Yeah.
Alright, I'll go ahead and just cure wounds.
You see deep bruising across her shoulders. She's obviously been hanging there for some time.
Awful. Can I take the manacles off of the wall by chance?
You could probably break them out of the stone. It's pretty hard.
Yeah, I was gonna say that sounds like a strengthy type thing, and the strongest person here is the professor.
Flawless wizard around.
Yeah.
Muscle wizard. Punch wizard.
I had previously cast light on my shield, and with the remaining tatters of my cloak, just covering it a bit to give.
Oh yeah.
And going to go ahead and heal up that tiefling for 10.
Yep.
I should do another suit.
So
So
just go ahead and touch her shoulder. It's like the shoulder where it's obviously very
we slit the throat of the human against the wall, but the tiefling we save.
Well, the tiefling was not beyond saving.
There's a difference between
Oh, he definitely
having
was after
gashes.
after Smoke put on the.
There's a difference between his abdomen being open and actively
wasn't
bleeding
dead.
to.
Oh, he was dying very quickly.
This is torture as opposed to a death ritual.
The healing potion I made brought you back from dying.
Yeah.
Well, actually, rather convenient. I didn't
there
do
you
it.
go. Yeah.
But still, it's the principle of the thing. We should.
I understand what you're on about. Professor.
Yes, but if I had healed that man, I wouldn't have then been able to heal Raz
I don't.
and Sarissa.
But it's more just. I don't like the slitting of throats of chained up people. Can we not do that in the future?
Shall I
Meanwhile,
remove
it's
the,
all
shall I
just
remove the
like
chains
that.
first?
She hasn't come to yet. She's healed, but
Oh,
she's
yes.
still asleep.
Okay.
Well.
I mean, if they remove the chains and they attack us, then certainly.
Yeah. Exactly. It's like no. Sure. What else is happening?
So she seems better. The bruises have started fading away. The cuts are suturing themselves. But she's still asleep.
Shall we perhaps move her
To
back
be
to the...
honest,
perhaps move her to the safe room and wake
Yes,
her
that's a good idea.
out of the room of her trauma.
Absolutely.
Into a different room with a pile of undead scraps in the corner.
Oh no, we can go in another.
They're very
if need be. Well, let's take her back to the.
But best place down here to put her anyway.
Yeah. So you drag it back to the room that you were.
Carry, we're not savages.
Drag it. It's more fun. You
By ones, just
Yeah.
He is now relocated.
Yes.
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 Sarissa will sort of just prop her against the wall. You like put her pack down and use that so it's comfortable enough.
Yeah. I was just gonna let her have my bedroll. I've got a spare one.
And then yes, just sort of sit her down and then try to wake her up.
Yep. She comes to pretty easily as you shake her awake.
She'll speak. Sarissa will speak in Infernal straight away and just be like, "It is okay. You are with friends. You do not need to panic."
Am I in the hells then?
No, unfortunately, not yet.
Unfortunately.
Where am I?
You don't
We
speak.
don't understand it. Oh, wait,
You
Wait, hang on, do you?
You
I
are.
think you've read it.
You are still on the material plane. You are currently underneath the. What was the bathhouse called again?
Oh, it was.
Shit, I think even I wrote that down.
But I
have it in here
I'm a
somewhere.
linguist, so
Oh my god, you actually. That's great.
Do I? No, all I have is Bathhouse
I'm a
with gifts
professor.
on it.
Hold on. I genuinely might.
The bathhouse.
Yeah,
A bathhouse.
Sarissa would probably remember, but you're underneath the bathhouse.
They killed F-Max.
Was he the man with you?
Yes.
We have harpoons.
They did not make it quick or easy.
I imagine not. For the benefit of those here, perhaps we should speak to the commandant.
that would be convenient.
I know.
Oh god, you as well? Why?
Well,
Did you speak of
who was, what is your name and what is your purpose?
Vendetta Cress.
Vendetta?
My purpose? To serve wine. I don't know what they want with me.
Well, fortunately, you are no longer needed by them, so to speak.
I never was.
Well, now you're no longer under their chains.
Yes.
What about this man you're with?
He is dead.
Yes.
They tortured and killed him.
Anything else about him?
Name, loved ones.
social security number?
He was F-Max Salvor. Social security number 179554321.
What was that again?
I forgot.
Got it. That might come in handy later.
You might.
Sometime he was a caravan coordinator.
Fair enough.
Coordinating caravans of what?
Don't know who didn't get that far. I imagine merchant liquors.
Of course.
Do you remember like getting here? Were you dragged?
I
Did you
was
awake?
knocked unconscious and woke up in chains.
How long ago was this, do you reckon?
I couldn't tell you. More than 10 days.
What was the last thing you were doing before you were knocked out?
I was returning from work in the lower city.
Fair enough.
This is all fascinating. I'm gonna go make sure you're not missed. Just gonna go back into the torture room and, keep a watch, make sure nobody's like walking up on us.
I'll follow. I just want to investigate that room and see if we miss anything.
Yeah. That too.
20 something? 3?
It's pretty straightforward. It's a torture room.
As straightforward as
You notice that there is a set of stairs leading out from the top.
There we go.
And with your investigation, you notice there is some scuffing on the stone on the bottom of the stairs.
Interesting.
Is that? What's that? Down here. the
Hmm?
bottom.
Some sort of scuffing.
Is that like.
Probably indicative of people getting dragged in here, I imagine. Or possibly
Ah.
dragged out of here.
Of course.
Yeah. Stairs are hardly pleasant for unconscious people.
True.
Can I roll for
I wanted to be dragged down the bell tower at the university.
Smoke would like to roll, just try to get some sort of insight into Vendetta and what she's been saying and whether it's like she's holding something back or she's telling us
the whole truth.
Yep, roll an insight.
Possibly also she's evil. You know, it's always-
Unnatural 20.
She seems quite scattered. She's obviously been tortured for some time.
Yeah.
She seems honest, but grasping for information in her own head.
I tell her, you're among partners here. You are safe.
Very well.
You have, there we go, you have nothing to fear.
Look, we're going to be continuing on down further into this complex to see if we can get rid of the source of these problems, but so far there is potentially a clear route out if you want to escape.
thank you.
However,
It will take us 10 minutes. There is no reason we cannot just go up escort them. Also, if... Here, and Sarissa will hand her water skin pack of rations.
Yep.
But take your time.
She walks across the corner, sits down facing away and starts eating and drinking.
So, what is the plan that we want to pursue? Do we want to continue?
well, we're rested up, and if you think about it, all of those weird wraith things were going down. So obviously, any stairs downwards is where we need to be going if we're going to figure out
I tend to agree.
where to go.
We can't allow anyone else to be tortured like this.
I agree.
Well, I mean, you're back.
I was about to say, we're not in the room.
Ah,
I don't know, he just looks like this. I agree.
Throws his head around the door.
I agree. It would be bad to be dragged down these stairs.
That's your catchphrase. I agree.
Yes, and
Well, if we're going to
No,
continue, do we want to perhaps escort our friend Vendetta up? Or
I think that would be wise.
just in case. It'll take 10 minutes.
oh, absolutely.
As a
yes.
note though, we slept down here for quite a while. It is probably getting towards the morning.
Indeed.
So, if there is any patrons in the bathhouse, might be bad.
Very true. In which case, it might be better for her to just hang down here until we finished up.
Would I be able to try and guess what time it is? I don't have keen mind, so I wouldn't know, but could I guess?
Yeah, just a straight intelligence check. It wouldn't be too hard to work it out.
Nice. Straight intelligence, 21.
You'd think it's probably around 2 or 3 in the morning.
There might be some time. It's about probably close to the witching hour, 2 or 3, something like that. I'd say escort her up.
Absolutely, and then we'll come back down.
I'll go let the gentleman know. Sure. Sarissa will walk over to the torture room. You quite finished in here?
I mean, I'm just keeping watch. I don't know what he's doing.
I thought you were listening to my story.
Well, the story's great and all, but it's not what I came in here to do.
Yes, mate. Fine.
Probably taking notes on how to torture people in the future.
Well, we are thinking that we might
Oh, it's fine. Tara's got it covered.
escort our new friends to the back into the bathhouse so she can make her way out unopposed.
Seems reasonable.
It'll probably take us 10 minutes.
Sure.
We should do it then.
Okay. Are you going to... Do we want to just wait here, or shall we all go as a group? I think
Absolutely, all go as a group.
Let's
think it's
not
probably
split the party.
Oh, you're
shall
here
we?
too.
Yes.
I am also here.
Wait, actually, no, I wouldn't be because I'd be keeping her company. Yeah. I'd still be back.
Is everyone got
So in the other room, you're like, we shouldn't split the party.
I'm just calling you out from the other
So... Well, shall we go?
Yes.
I say we give her 10 minutes to finish her meal, and then we can escort her to the surface.
Sure. I'll keep watch out for 10 more minutes.
Sure.
Nothing happens in 10 minutes.
Sick, cool. Sorry.
Yeah, we'll escort her back up to the surface, I guess.
Yeah.
Yep, so you head back through the catacombs and through the collapsing roof. It doesn't seem to have gotten any worse since.
Keeping an eye out for traps and all that.
Yep.
Yeah, being stealthy
We
as well.
don't see anyone else other than the corpses that we left
It
behind.
doesn't look like anyone else has been through here other than the necromancer following you.
Cool.
You head back up the corridor where someone tripped over and fell in water. Made a bit of a splash.
He was pushed.
No, it was definitely a trip. What do you want about?
And eventually you make your way back up to the flooded room where you first entered.
It is probably about, Vendetta, it is probably about close to 3:30. There shouldn't be anyone in the bathhouse.
I imagine not.
So I guess if you want, we can take you out there. Otherwise, we can part ways here.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Mind the corpses. There's a few.
I will move past them.
If you wish, you can speak to Captain Joj of the Flaming Fist.
Zodge.
Zodge!
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I'm too used to speaking with accents. Yeah, it's probably being a linguist. Perhaps he's the one who sent us here.
Very well. I'll let him know. Are you coming with me then?
No.
Oh no, I'm going back down.
The journey's always north. She turns and starts walking up the stairs.
Well, that was cryptic.
No, it's probably more southeast.
I'm gonna just quickly pull out my compass. Do I notice anything? Religion check.
Roll a d20 religion check, yeah?
Alright. That's a 5, so I'm actually gonna go ahead. I'm holding the compass right now. It's the start of the day. I'm gonna go ahead and true north that to the 15 plus 4, 19.
Nothing's changed about it. True north is still broken,
Yeah.
but you sort of had a look and it seems to be pointing towards the woman walking away.
Johnny Depp compass.
What do you desire most? Compass of the sparrow. God.
You all, I might be parting ways here. I'm not sure for how long, but I just have a hunch that I might need to head off that way.
We'll meet you back at the mansion, I suppose.
Yes.
Yeah, probably.
Yes. Well, the manor. It's not exactly a mansion.
Oh.
You know, technicality.
Not much difference.
Can Smoke roll inside
Fair
of
enough.
Yeah.
If you want to.
Sarissa will do that as well. It's a 13.
Oh, Jesus. 7.
She's breaking your heart.
Oh, Smoke gets down on his knees and for one last time will do the Puss in Boots eyes and hands up, pleading with her not to go.
Clara, you're breaking my
You
heart.
rolling
You don't have a
persuasion?
path I cannot follow.
Well, if with a plus over, I can.
Because I rolled a 16, which is technically now a 4, so.
Yeah.
Your plus is higher than 4.
26.
Yeah. Smoke, look.
26.
That was an odd thing to say, just out of the
26 times you've broken my heart.
Oh wow.
That's a lot.
That you must really...
Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me 26 times.
You know, out of the party, that's
Shame on
probably
her.
anyone that's ever had eyes on, and he's already left. So,
Yeah.
look, I have to go.
He is a very interesting one, is he not?
This is.
I've still got the hat on. It's a bit weird for a cat to have on.
Look, fine. She said the way forward is north. Same thing that
Look,
the
if
man who gave me the compass. I need to go.
you need to go, you need to go. It is simple as that. We will
A
miss you.
Predator never shows their duty, and I don't know what's going on, but something is, and my path has changed.
Maybe you are looking at your duty rather than running away from it.
Perhaps.
Smoke's not giving up. I am but a poor imitation of the cleric that you are. If you aren't around, who's gonna heal people? It's probably not gonna be me.
You'll be fine. And plus, I don't know even how long I'll be gone for. I'll be back shortly.
That's what my mum and pa said.
Inside check!
Still get the pack of cigarettes.
You want to find out what House of M.E.R.C.Y
Using smoke as a distraction, I'd like to invisible mage hand snag that cloak.
The cloak.
Yes.
Massive cloak.
Yes. It seems like the easiest thing I can maybe grab.
Okay.
Sarissa's just gonna bend down, like just kneel next to Smoke and go,
Oh,
it's okay.
well.
She'll be back. Then you can try your luck again.
It was meant to not happen. That's a 13.
Yeah, I roll perception. That would be a 16, Emerson.
It's just a mage hand. It's like not even invisible.
It wasn't me.
Raz.
I took something from Kip.
I'm just gonna take off the cloak and give it to him. It's done anyway.
You know,
So
it's-
it's the classic, like, the Brenadur's heel cloak that I have. So.
It's not mostly in tattered. It's like, yes, brilliant. Into the bag of holding it goes with the 32 ears.
I've
Possibly good.
stumbled into a very interesting predicament.
He likes to keep tokens. I mean, I'm sure I'll I'll be back, but
Fair enough.
On the off chance you're not, for whatever
fair.
reason.
Fair.
Smoke. God. So did you have to use the leap if you need? But
You know, it's
let her go.
it's like, you know, we assume that Kip's going to come back at some point, but I still have his bandana if he doesn't.
Well, therefore he has to come back at some point to collect his bandana.
Better.
So therefore I will be back to collect my clothes.
You better.
I would also like a keepsake. You
I
can think-
literally.
There's not much.
Gold piece.
Let's see what I
We'll
have
treasure
in
it
here.
forever.
Yeah, I have a random mace that I've literally never used, so I'll just like just throw that out.
How about the compass?
Probably not, no.
Fucking kidding me?
Alright, I pushed my luck. Tell me how the whip works.
You literally pushed your luck the entire time.
I will walk away.
I want to
I'll look back and I'll just go, safe travels.
Traveller guide you all.
as Smoke's going past it, Raspberry just like, don't worry, I thought about it, but I did not fucking do it.
It's like, we'll see you back at the map.
Ah, yes.
Yes.
So you'll turn and head back in towards duty and honour.
Indeed.
You start walking up after the now disappeared tiefling. You get halfway up the stairwell and you just feel a slight burn on your arm. You look down and you see a tattoo now has a point of a compass that's pointing back towards your friends.
Wait. Because I know I've got
Yep.
the thing. I'm just gonna go head back down the stairs for a sec.
They've all disappeared back down. But you notice all of a sudden the tiefling standing next to you again. Well, shall we? This way.
What are we doing?
Walking.
Okay. Walking it is. As always.
She taps your arm and says, you'll always be connected.
Oh, of course.
That's what the compass of the sparrow is.
Let's go.
Alright.
And you head up the stairs towards the bathhouse.
Yeah.
Everyone else disappears into the darkness of the dungeon, ready to finish the job they started. And that is where we're going to finish it for this week. So thank you, guys. Now, we're wrapping up for the year, so we'll be back in January. We'll be posting some dates pretty soon on Facebook and other social media. Back for Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday games. Star Wars on Thursday, Brett runs Monday.
He also runs Thursday, doesn't he?
Yes.
Also runs Thursday.
So yeah, Prince of the Apocalypse on Monday, Star Wars on Thursday.
Nice.
And Dogs of M.E.R.C.Y continues on Wednesday, so make sure you check back in, and we hope to see you all soon.
Merry Christmas, everyone. Happy
And maybe
New
you
Year.
watch up, who knows, before then.
Maybe. We'll see how we go.
Have a good one.
See you guys.